I'm a little nervous, but hello. I guess I should do my intro thing that I have now. I just made this up like, I don't know, a week ago, maybe. Hoo magiku. I'm your clan singy tsundere angel owl, and I'm here to teach you how to get a girlfriend. It'll definitely work, chat. You just have to listen to everything that I say, okay? Trust. I have a presentation prepared so that we stay on track. But before we get into it, how are you guys? How are you? I haven't seen you since Saturday, I think it was. How is everybody? Hi Big Papa John. Hi Consulus. Hi Pielstat. Hello. Hi William. Hi. Hi Bess. Hi Hera. Hi Nuts. Hi Rolkudo. Oh yeah, I should mention, TTS is off today. Just so that we don't get too distracted. Hi Tess. Hello. Hi Bragg. Hello. Will this work on boyfriends or non-binary friends too? Maybe. Your mileage may vary. A lot of the things that I'm gonna teach you about are like, what's the word? Not my own experiences, but I guess just like information that I've gathered from my time being a girl for my whole life. Thoughts that I've had about like the dating scene, especially the current dating scene, and what girls like and things like that. So we're gonna start like super basic. You guys will see. You'll see. You gotta learn lots today, so make sure you get your pencil and paper, okay? Okay. Hi Swanty. Hi Iolite. Hello. Hi Antibi. Hi Marks. Hello. It's 1 a.m., but this is more important. Oh my gosh. 1 a.m. That's crazy late. Okay, hold on. Let me just have a little bit of water. Sorry. Thanks for waiting. I'm still recovering from being a little bit sick, so I'm still slightly coffee and everything. Hi Rajatsu. Hi Lani. Hi Kudo. Hi Dex. Hi Sade. Hello. Professor. Do I look like a professor? Am I cute? Do you like my outfit today? It's cute, right? I think it's pretty cute. I think, look, I have a little paintbrush. A little bag of paintbrushes. Isn't that so adorable? Does everything that you'll explain still work even if we're French? Yes. Yes, it should. Though I suppose there are like cultural differences to how women respond to different kinds of flirting and approaches and that sort of stuff. So maybe this only works on Canadian girls. But at least some of it should be pretty widely applicable. Thank you guys for the follows and the subs. Stomp Papa, thank you for 43 months of tier 3. Thank you. Mwah. Damien, thank you for 47 months of tier 1. Thank you. Mwah. Kudopi, thank you for 41 months. Thank you. Mwah. And Dennis, thank you for 32 months. Arigato ne. Mwah. And Badger, thank you for 52 months. That's a long time. Wow. Thank you for all your support. Mwah. Okay, let's get started. I don't wanna delay too long. Okay, some ground rules. As this is a live stream, You guys, of course, are welcome to put your thoughts and opinions in the chat. I want to hear them. The mods will be collecting questions. So if you have questions, we're going to do a questions answering segment at the end where you can ask me questions and I'll do my best to answer. But the mods will also be trying to collect some questions as well if you have them throughout the stream. So make sure you put them in the chat, okay? Or you can write them down and hold on to them until the end. Just in case your question is answered later on in the presentation. Secondly, this is not like a gender warfare kind of presentation, okay? This is safe space. I'm not gonna make fun of you. I'm not gonna laugh at you for not knowing these things. Girls can be kind of hard to understand, so I'm hoping to just shed some light on like the way girls think, at least, you know, from my own experience, and help you guys get over some of the reservations you might have about dating. Reason being, a lot of my regular viewers have kind of like written off dating almost entirely, and that makes me sad. So I don't want to think about you guys being forever alone and all of that. I think if you want to find love and romance, hopefully I can help, maybe. Hopefully. Where's the certification though? It's coming. But yes, this is not anti-man content. This is actually pro-man content. If you are willing to listen, that is. It's designed to help men understand what qualities women value and dispel negative ideas you may hold about yourselves that prevent you from giving dating a chance, okay? So no hate. I am gonna be honest. I'll try not to be mean or brutally honest. But there are some important things that I feel like men should hear that maybe you won't like hearing, but it's coming from a place of love, okay? Okay? Can't wait to get a girlfriend after this stream. Right after! Directly after! Well, I don't know if it'll work that well, but hopefully at least some of you will be able to have some success getting a girlfriend like within a year or so. It's not gonna be immediate results. You'll see why. Yeah, but the mods are watching, so we will not be tolerating any sexist remarks or anything of that nature. Any shitters in the chat, you might as well just leave right now. Unless you really want to get banned, because we will not be tolerating that. So please be respectful and please be nice, okay? Okay, let's go. Firstly, I would like to say this will only work if you are willing to open your mind to new possibilities that you might not have thought of before. About dating and about yourself as well. So, if you're not open-minded and you're very stuck in your ways and you just want to believe that you're never gonna get a girlfriend ever in your whole life and just throw your hands up in the air and give up completely, this will not help you. Because in order for any of this to work and be successful, you have to be open to some new considerations that you might not have thought of before, okay? Okay? So if you're not gonna be mind open, then this is not content for you. But if you're willing to take in some new information and think about things from a new perspective, then hopefully this will be helpful. Okay, this could be you, chat. this could be you right now. If you follow my easy steps, then this will be you soon. I believe in you. Okay, here's my qualifications. I'm a girl. I've been a girl my whole life. I have friends who are girls. In fact, I'm going to school for a master's right now, and I have a little group of friends. And in my group of friends, let's see, only two girls have partners, and the rest of us are just kind of alone. But all my girls in my class who I'm friends with tell me a lot about their relationships and stuff. So I am knowing some things. Yeah, this is some pretty impressive stats, I think. So hopefully you won't question my experience and my expertise on this. The other thing, my standards are like super high. Any of my viewers who have been watching for a long time will know this about me. But I have insanely high standards for a girl. So, I mean, all of the things I'm about to tell you will probably work on girls who maybe aren't quite as picky as I am. But it'll also work on girls who are as picky as I am. So you're getting some top tier information here. I consume like a metric buttload of romance media. I watch romantic movies, rom-com shows. I just finished watching the most recent first half of the 4th season of Bridgerton that came out. Oh my god, the ending to it was so frustrating. Yeah, I read a lot of romance books, romantasy. I've been reading romantasy for a while now. And I know what girls like, and I know, well, mostly I know what makes me go, like, about romance, but, yes, I'm very familiar with the concept of love. And also I'm, like, super autistic. I think about this stuff a lot. The whole way society is these days makes me kind of sad. I don't like that women and men fight about stuff, especially because I think both sides actually have a lot of common ground. Just nobody really can see eye to eye still somehow. So hopefully we can fix that a little bit with this presentation. Yeah, but I like watch a lot of TikToks about love and relationships, and I just find it so interesting. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. Here's all I'll be discussing today. I've divided it into some chapters here. We're starting really basic, like I said. Some of you maybe don't know what a girl is, so I'll be telling you what exactly is a girl, and then after that we'll be talking about the social divide between men and women, what you can do to improve your chances at finding love, and how to do first dates and dating. And then also how to keep her after you get a girlfriend. You have to hold on to her, right? So that's also very important. Yeah, and then I've put some answers to common questions that I think you guys might have, and then we'll be open to your questions in the chat at the end as well. Yeah, we're going really basic. This is important. It seems kind of silly because obviously you all understand the concept of a girl, but it's actually important. So I want you to reset your brain a little bit. Just pretend you don't know what a girl is, okay? and I'll tell you. Okay, what is a girl? Here, we have a picture of a human being. Isn't she lovely? This is a human woman. If you guys were not aware, kind of like standard human woman. There she is. Isn't she so lovely? Now, just from this you can tell obviously different from a man, right? She looks a little softer. She's got like longer hair than most men have. She's got boobs. I guess if that's important, you may notice that. But other than that, she's really just a human. She's a human. You may recognize her as one of your fellow human species. But that's not all. Girls are also other things. Girls are not just women. Girls are also princesses. Girls are princesses too. And we're kind of magical. I don't know. I feel like there's just something about women. We have a little bit of magic, sprinkly, sparkly dust that makes us different from men. Yeah, and every girl kind of grew up watching princess media and stuff. So I feel like every girl deep down wants to be treated like a princess to some extent. Your mileage may vary, depending on the girl. But other than being a woman and being kind of magical and princessy and stuff, women are also like an entire universe. Like a whole... Here, I'll move my head out of the way. Women are also very nebulous. We contain multitudes. This is the part that confuses a lot of people, I think. Yes, women contain many nebulous, sometimes contradictory, sometimes confusing aspects about themselves. But also, there's lots of good stuff in there too, like imagination and capability for like deep, intense care and love and appreciation. There's a whole universe in there. So the reason I'm telling you what a girl is so that I want you to remember that they're also humans like you, not so very different from you. And they have special stuff about them too. Every girl is special in their own way, just like every guy is special in their own way. And women also have their own thoughts and their own emotions, separate. Separate from every other girl. So we're also this hamster. We're also just a girl. I think, well, I relate to this little hamster thing so much. I'm just a girl. This sums up girlhood so well somehow. Somehow. It just does. It just does. That's literally me, guys. It's literally me. Okay. I wanted to tell you what life is like as a girl, so I just wrote out what I do on a regular average day. And the reason why I'm telling you this is, again, so that you can understand that girls are really not that different from guys. I feel like this day doesn't look all that different from your day. Well, at least if you were a VTuber, it wouldn't. But every day, I wake up, I spend 1 bajillion million minutes getting ready in the morning. Finally, kawaii desu. And then I leave the house, and the wind and the rain immediately ruins it. I spend all that time being cute, trying to look cute, just for it to get ruined every day, but it's fine. I go to school. I girl boss at school. I get a little treat. Cause why wouldn't I deserve a little treat? Every girl deserves a little treat. Men should get little treats every day too. You should get a little treat too. Every single day you should go, you know what I deserve? I deserve a little treat. And get one. Cause you're allowed. You're allowed. Life's too long to not have little treats. And then I girl boss some more. And then I'm tired. But I go home and I get groceries. And then I cook dinner maybe. I suppose that's not an average day for me because I don't really cook very much. I'm not particularly good at it. But sometimes I cook dinner and then I stream like I'm doing right now. And then I do schoolwork or VTuber stuff after stream until I can't stay awake anymore, which these days has been like 4 or 5 a.m. And then I snuggle my cats to sleep, and then I fall asleep, and then I wake up, and I do it all again the next day. But what do you guys do in a regular day? Kind of similar stuff, I would imagine, right? You wake up, you get ready in the morning, you leave the house and go to work, or go to school, or go wherever you're going. You do stuff, and then you come home, and you make dinner, and then you do stuff, and then you sleep. That's kind of the pattern. Wake, work, gotcha, sleep. Yeah, exactly. I wake up, I exist, and then I go to sleep. See? Just existing is part of the problem, but I'll explain more about that later. Every girl has a cursed sleep schedule? Well, probably not every girl. VTuber girls are not really a great example for some things. I think sleep schedule being one of them. Usually I sleep around 12, but these days I've been doing a lot of behind-the-scenes prep because the indie idol group that I joined, florAtelier, which you maybe have seen on Twitter lately or maybe on Reddit, we're preparing for debut, so we're doing lots of work like late into the night these days. But anyway, are VTubers real? Yes. Yes. Are VTubers even girls? But of course. But the whole point of this is just my day is probably kind of similar to yours, minus a couple of different things. Okay, what do girls like? This very important chat. How many of you guys think that girls like these things? Do girls like cute things? Every girl likes cute things, right? Every girl loves crying for no reason. Every girl loves eating hot chip and lye. And every girl absolutely loves hating men, right, chat? Right? No, wrong! Wrong! Incorrect! Who told you that? Who told you that all girls like these things? That's not right. That's not correct. I don't like hot chips. They're too spicy. And I don't like hating men. And I think most women want to love men. Yeah, sometimes I cry for no reason, but I don't like doing that. It kind of just happens. It happens against my will, okay? Doesn't mean I like it. Just because I do it like once a week doesn't mean I enjoy that, okay? Yeah. The point is, women are not a hive mind. Right? Women are not a hive mind. The actual answer to what do girls like is all kinds of things. We like all sorts of stuff. I like all kinds of stuff. I like cute things. I like some not so cute things. I like reading. I like drawing. I like singing. I like turtles. I like What else do I like, chat? I like cucumbers a lot. I like all sorts of stuff. I have interest. I've really been enjoying figure skating lately, watching the figure skating. My obsession with figure skating is back again. But the point of this, again, is just to point out that all you really need to understand about women is that they're their own individual people. Inside every woman is her own wants and needs and opinions and hobbies and things that she likes, just like how in every man, there's also things that you like, things that you don't like, your hobbies, things you enjoy. Yeah, I like hootie pies too. I like hootie pies too, of course. Yeah. So, don't just assume that every single woman in the entire world is the exact same and you can approach them and treat them the exact same way, okay? That's like first mistake, is assuming that every woman, like, there's a set list of things that they like and a set list of steps that you have to do to impress a girl. Just throw that idea right out the window, okay? Okay? Alright. So, why is it so hard to find a girlfriend these days? There's so many cute girls around. So what's the deal? How come it's so hard? Girls sure are difficult, huh? When you talk to a girl, it seems really hard to get them to be interested in you. Why is that? Why is that? Well, I'll tell you. Women really value peace and quiet. Peace and quiet. Women are, in most cases, well, I don't know about most cases, but a lot of women that you may approach are pretty comfortable with themselves. They're comfortable with their lives, especially adult women these days are just kind of in their lane, minding their own business, not necessarily looking for a partner, you know? They're just like working on themselves. I've been doing that a lot for the last, like, forever, my whole life, pretty much. We have goals and ambitions and things that we're focused on, so we're not necessarily always looking for a man to come into our lives. So that's one contributing factor. Yeah, and then another factor, there's a lot of scary stuff going on. A lot of scary stuff going on in the world. A lot of women and also men have had bad experiences with the other gender in the past, or maybe, you know, there might have been like sexual assault or things like that involved. So there's definitely the case of, you know, carrying a lot of trauma with you, and that causing you to be not very open to new partnerships or someone new entering your life because you're scared. And I think a lot of you men can probably relate to that too, right? Probably part of the reason why some of you may have written off relationships at this point is because maybe you had one in the past, or there was a girl you liked and you got rejected, or, you know, you had a girlfriend and she cheated on you maybe, or something of that nature. Something happened to you and now you're scared to start reaching out again, right? Well, the same thing goes for women. In a lot of cases, women have had bad experiences with men and dating as well. So that makes it hard for both sides to kind of approach each other and be open to accepting one another. Yeah, and then another reason is there's a bunch of people. I don't know who would do this, Chad. Who would do this? There's a bunch of people who go on the internet and decide that it's their business to tell you what you should think about dating and about the opposite sex and about romance and relationships and blah blah blah, on and on and on. There's so much, I guess, shit flinging going around from one side to the other that it makes it really difficult for anyone to trust anyone. Men can't trust women, women don't trust men. Just the way society is, and you know, a lot of I guess, I don't want to say podcast bros, but influencers, they want to give you advice on how to fix that or what you should think about women. I want you to put all of that aside. If you've heard or listened to that kind of stuff, just pretend that you haven't heard it. Forget about it just for this one stream, okay? This is part of being open-minded, right? It's part of being open-minded. So, just forget about what everyone else has told you, and let's do with a fresh slate, okay? We'll start with a blank slate. Okay. Let's talk about the social divide. So this is gonna be, I would like your input for this part. I wanna know, chat, what do you look for in a woman? I wrote some things that I think you might look for, but please correct me if I'm wrong. You look for a woman whose appearance matches your taste. Maybe you want a woman who's chill, you know, like not high strung, not high maintenance, doesn't ask for a whole lot from you. You want appreciation, loyalty and trust, respect, some basic stuff. Not AI, treats me like an equal, that she exists, common ground, intelligence, those are all good things. Someone who's healthy physically and has their own hobbies, that's good. Those are all good things to want. Yeah, we love women who exist. We love women who exist. You like them more fiery than chill? Well, that's good. That's good that you know what you like. I think that's an important step. Appreciation, loyalty, and trust for the respect part that has to be earned from both sides. I agree. Hey Reaper, thank you for the resub. Thank you. 57 months, thank you. I like a cute girl who's into anime, who's okay with me devoting myself to her. Also is loyal and kind. Ooh, those are good qualifications. Having 2 feet is a nice bonus. What if she only has 1 foot, but she's like the love of your life? Like she's your soulmate, but she only has 1 foot. What then? Here comes the 6'11". Actually, not much of this presentation has anything to do with appearance. Yeah, peace, comfort, and communication mostly. Yeah, those are all good things to look for in a woman, you guys. You guys have good thoughts about that. It's nice to hear. Having a pulse? You must have higher standards than that. You must know. You have to know. That's very important to know what you're looking for. Because if you don't know what you're looking for, how can you know when you found it? Please have higher standards than just a woman with a pulse. Okay, chat? Okay? Okay, here's some things that I think women look for. This is highly Silvi biased. So take it with a grain of salt. I look for men who are consistent, are able to be affectionate, not just with me, but also with like their friends and family too. If you're vulnerable, that goes a really long way. If you're emotionally intelligent, that's very important. Very important. If you're trying to raise a girl and you tell her I like you because you have a pulse, I think it's over for you, chat. Yeah, please know other things you like about about women that you're looking to date. I like loyalty. That's also very important to me. All you chatters in the chat who watch like 1 million VTubers, you're dead to me. You're dead to me. You must watch only Silv and the florAtelier girls and like whoever else you like, but you have to tell me that I'm your favorite, okay? Okay. I like men who feel safe and have like a protector kind of vibe, and no, that doesn't have anything to do with being tall. And I would like men who have ambition, and I think these things all go in for like a lot of girls. A lot of women, I think, have these similar things, qualities that they look for. No mention of confidence in the list. I feel like that kind of goes with a lot of these. Like, without confidence, I don't think you really have a very strong protector kind of vibe. Same with, like, being vulnerable. A lot of people who aren't very confident maybe have a hard time being fully vulnerable. But yes, they kind of go hand in hand. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention. Hold on, let me go back here. Don't you think that this list of things that women look for was kind of consistent with the stuff that you just told me that you're looking for? Don't you think so? Loyalty, trust, emotionally intelligent, have their own hobbies. That's like an ambition, kind of. Being consistent. There's clear common ground between what men look for and what women look for. But somehow the two sides don't really see eye to eye still, because society or whatever. But because we're having an open mind and we're not thinking about what society says is correct or true to do, we are now understanding, right, chat? We're now understanding that what you're looking for and what your potential girlfriend is looking for are actually a lot of the same things. Yeah. Okay. Isn't that nice? Wow. Doesn't it feel so much easier when you know that you're both looking for each other? You're both looking for the same thing. Yeah, okay. Let's talk about how to improve your chances of attaining a girlfriend. Okay, I know people don't really like the word self-improvement or self-reflection, or don't want to think about reading self-help books or going to counseling or therapy or any of that. But it's very important. It's a very important step. This is step number 1. If you don't have the ability to reflect on yourself, it doesn't matter how many girls you try to date or approach, or even girls who you do date and then it doesn't work out. If you can't self-reflect, then it's going to be really, really hard for you to have an eventual successful relationship and learn from not just your mistakes, but also it helps you form your own opinion about what you don't want, right? What you don't want and what you do want. So self-reflection is very important. I wanted to make sure to put this in here because I don't know if everyone is necessarily doing this, and especially maybe not in a way that would be considered completely honest. You have to be completely honest. Oh, is the chat in the way? Okay, hold on. 1 second. Let me move it. Chottomatte ne. I'll just put this down here. There we go. Over here. There we go. Thanks for letting me know. Yes, honesty to yourself is very, very, very important as well. If you're self-reflecting, but you're constantly kind of dodging accountability for your own actions and your own like negative thought processes and patterns, it doesn't matter how much you think about things, you're never gonna actually learn. So even if it's hard and even if it's kind of feels yucky and gross in your heart to recognize that you have flaws and things that you could work on, it's really important that you take that step. Yeah, and it's a constant process. It's not just like a do it once and then forget about it kind of thing. You have to do it pretty much your whole life. But once you get used to it, it's not so bad. It's kind of nice getting to know yourself, I think. Plus, when you look back at yourself and you remember how you used to be before you started self-reflecting and self-improving, and you think back to how you were like a couple years ago, it feels really nice to realize like, wow, I've actually grown as a person. And you know, I in the past maybe I would have reacted really strongly to this one thing, but now I know how to handle it. So that feels really nice. Does this mean I have to stop participating in No Shower 2026? Yeah! Yes, you should shower. This is other important step. Part of self-improvement is not just about your internal landscape and your thought pattern and your mental health and stuff. You do also maybe want to improve. I would highly recommend trying to improve your hygiene, your cleanliness, and your personal style and your conversational skills. Though that kind of comes with practice and with time. If you can be clean and well dressed and smell nice, you're already like 1 million steps ahead of guys who don't do that. Because well, I don't know. Have you ever been in a public place and you're just minding your own business and then somebody who looks like stinky and dirty comes near you and you smell them and they're just bleh, yucky? Imagine trying to like date someone like that. It's probably not gonna happen. So anything you can do, self-care is very important, but you can do it slowly too. Just try to form good habits. Like make sure you're brushing your teeth. If you're having a hard time mentally, maybe you have depression or you're struggling with something, it's okay to not do things perfectly. You can maybe just brush your teeth a little, or just like finger brush your teeth with a bit of toothpaste. Maybe you don't have the energy for a full shower, but you can wipe yourself off with baby wipes or something. Yeah, so it's okay to do it in really small steps if it's hard. But as long as you're taking gradual steps towards improvement, you'll get there. You'll get there. Yeah, and then another thing to reflect on is, do you actually know what you want? Think about it. Can you picture like the kind of life you would have with the girl of your dreams? If not, then maybe you don't actually know what you want. If your goal is just get a girlfriend, then that's not gonna help you. That's not gonna help you. What kind of person would she be? If your only thought was a girl, that's not helpful to you. That's not helpful to you. You should know, do you want a girl who is like career driven, or a girl who likes dogs, or maybe you want a girl who's like really into surfing because you like surfing. So make sure you think about it. A girl that loves you too? Well, but that's not descriptive. That's not very descriptive. And also, how are you gonna know when you see her? How are you gonna know when you first meet her whether she'll be the girl who loves you too? You have to know at least a little bit of like the personality traits and stuff of the girl that you picture yourself being with. So make sure you think about that, okay? Okay, now this is the hard part. This is the hardest part. Actively improving. Actively improving. This is just, like I was saying, forming better habits. Maybe, you know, you want to set a goal in your life to work towards. A long-term one, not just a short-term one. Something that's like 5 years, 10 years down the line. And try to work towards that. And also, picking up new hobbies is always fun. That always helps. I find, when you're talking to someone, I have this a lot. Chat, don't be mad at me. Chat, don't be mad at me. When I'm in class at school and I'm out and about in the world, sometimes guys talk to me and, you know, they're like trying to get to know me and are maybe a little interested in dating me. And I'm a pretty open person, so I like having conversations with new people and getting to know new people. And in some cases, when I talk back to the guys who are talking to me, I'm the one who's asking a lot of questions about them and about their life. And in a lot of cases, they don't have answers to my questions. Like I say, oh, what did you do last night? Anything fun? And they'll say, no, not really. But then they don't ask me anything back. And then I go, oh. And the conversation kind of ends there. So make sure you have something going on in your life. Just something that you enjoy that you can tell other people about when they ask what your hobbies are, okay? What if they were watching VTubers and they were embarrassed? Well, I mean, that's entirely possible, but it's still good to like have multiple things too. Yeah, have hobbies is very important. Yeah. And if you're in a place in your life that doesn't align with your long-term goal, make sure that you're trying to take steps towards improving your circumstances and your situation. I think a lot of men get stuck on this like, well, I can't look for a girlfriend until I have lots of money and I own a house and, you know, all the check boxes are ticked off. But that's not true. That's not true. You don't need to wait that long. All you have to do is show that you're working on it. That you're actively working towards the life that you want. Yeah. So just don't be stagnant, okay? Don't be stagnant. Make sure you're working on stuff. Be doing something with yourself. Okay. Yeah, and try new things. Improving your chances is a lot about like just like improving the number of chances that you have. If you just stay at home and you don't go anywhere and you just like sit in your room by yourself all the time, of course you're not gonna really meet anyone that way. I mean, you might meet them online, but that's a whole other can of worms. You have to learn to be comfortable with going out. If you get invited to stuff, Try to say yes every once in a while. Try to say yes and just see what happens. Are you really missing out on that much if you're, you know, not staying at home for one night of the week and maybe you're doing something else? I feel like doing something new is more fun. Going out costs money? Well, that's true, but there's all kinds of things you can do that don't cost money. Like, even if you're just going out for a walk. Like, I love walking. I love walking around and seeing the sights. Yeah. And yeah, just be comfortable going places by yourself. I do this all the time. I go everywhere by myself because that's just how my life is. But I kind of like it. I like being out and about on my own and just kind of experiencing the world. You know? It's fun. It's fun. I go to places alone but just do my own thing and don't talk to strangers. Well, and that's perfectly fine. I think as long as you're just like putting yourself out into the world somehow, it helps a lot. Because maybe you're not talking to people, but you're still gathering new experiences and new memories that you can use for conversations and telling people. So when you do approach a girl or even just like you want to make a new friend, you'll have something to tell them that you do and things that you've done. This feels like the allegory of the cave and this VTuber is dragging me to the light. Yes, come out of your cave. Come out of your cave. What's in there anyway? Just darkness and damp and maybe some bats or something. What will that do for you in your life? Nothing. Come out. Come out now. You can always fake being confident. In the end, what matters is that you appear confident. Yeah, that's what I do. Did you guys know that I'm actually kind of really shy? IRL. I'm super shy in real life. I started streaming specifically because I wanted to become less shy and more confident and have more self-confidence in like who I am as a person and round out my personality some more. So even if you're shy, it's possible. It's possible to learn to be less shy. Of course, I'm still an introvert and I totally crash in like after I have like 2 hours of social situation where there's more than 4 people. I'm like, get me out of here. Get me out of here. I want to go home now. And maybe that's just the tism, but knowing that you can handle some level of social interaction and like learning your limits and trying to expand your limits on that is important. Not everything's gonna happen overnight. In fact, probably none of this will happen overnight. But you can take little steps, a little bit at a time. Just be nice to yourself. Be nice to yourself. If you get invited to an event and then you say that you're gonna go because you have a moment of being confident and feeling good about yourself, and then later you decide that you're gonna cancel because you're just not quite comfortable with it anymore, that's okay too. That's okay too. Don't beat yourself up about like, oh, I made this promise and I didn't keep it and I'm the worst and blah blah. Don't say that. Just be gentle. Be gentle with yourself. The world is mean enough already without all of your own negative thoughts. So just be gentle and kind to yourself, because that's how you build confidence. And another way to build confidence is to try to keep small promises to yourself. And what I mean by that is, like, if you say, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym today, try to keep that promise to yourself. Even if you literally just only go to the gym and you don't do anything at the gym but exist at the gym, you still technically kept that promise. And then the next day it'll be easier. When you say, I'm gonna go to the gym today, you'll go to the gym, and because you already did that before, you'll know that you can get yourself to the gym. And then, well, now you're already here, so maybe you'll start working out. And maybe you don't do a whole lot. Maybe you just do 5 minutes or 10 minutes or like a couple of squats or something. And then you decide that that's enough and you want to go home. That's fine, because you still did it. You kept the promise to yourself. And that helps with confidence. So think all those things that I just spat out at you are very, very important to improving your chances. If you can get to this step where you're aware of what you need to improve and you're doing little things every day to try to get better, that's good. That's good. Girls like that. Girls like that. Nothing is more unattractive to a girl than a guy who doesn't know who he is, doesn't know what he wants, doesn't have any plan for the future, and is just kind of there. So if you at least have like small little glimmers of like, oh yeah, they're working on it, that's great, that's good, perfect, you're doing it. Okay, now, since you know what girls are now, you might be wondering, where do you find girls anyway? Where are these mythical, beautiful creatures that you've heard of? There's lots of places to find girls, of course. They're literally half of the population of the Earth, though that does not make them easier to talk to. Though you can try dating apps, I guess. We're not gonna get into the like nitty-gritty of each of these categories. It's kind of just a basic overview of where you could go. You could try dating apps. You could try going out and doing activities. You could meet girls through mutual friends of yours. I feel like that's the best one. I feel like mutual friends is the best one if you want to meet girls. But that means you have to have friends, right, guys? You have to have IRL friends if you want to meet girls through mutuals. So having friends can help a lot. Love your fellow homies. Kiss your homies on the mouth. And be tomodachi, okay? Yeah, be tomodachi. Next time you're out and you go somewhere, why don't you just try like talking to another dude who's out? Someone who seems chill. Or maybe you notice they have like anime merch on them or something. And you like anime and you like VTubers. I feel like a really good conversation starter. There's a lot of anime fans out there who don't actually know what VTubers are yet. It's still kind of niche. You could try introducing a new guy friend to VTubers. And then you'll have a bond forever. Yeah. None of my friends has ever introduced you to a girl? Well, do any of your friends know any girls? Do you know a girl? It's your first time here? Just saw your post on X and wanted to see how valid your advices are? Oh, what do you think? What do you think so far? Yeah, and you could always try the cold approach. I think a lot of situations end up being this, where you just see a girl out and about and you think she's pretty and you work up the courage to go talk to her. This one seems to be pretty divisive. I've heard a lot of Hootie Pies in the chat mention that they're kind of scared to do a cold approach to a woman because they don't want to seem creepy. And we're gonna talk about that later. I added that to my questions at the end. Questions and answers at the end. Yeah. Damn, she's pretty. Oh well. Continue day. Ah, man. But what if that was the love of your life? What if that was the love of your life? What if that was your soulmate? And you missed out because you didn't talk to her. That could have been your wife. But you were too scared. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Nothing will ever change if you're not able to do something a little bit scary and a little bit hard. And I know that because I've done lots of scary and lots of hard stuff this last year. I used to live in Canada and I recently moved all the way into Europe by myself with my 2 cats. Something I never imagined myself doing ever. I applied to my master's program fully thinking I was not going to be accepted anywhere. I applied to 5 schools and I thought I'm definitely getting rejected for all of them. But I got in. I got into like a top something. I forget what the exact number is. University in the world. Just because I tried. Just because I tried a little bit. And I was a little bit brave for like a little 30 minutes. And then after I made the decision that I was gonna do it, I just didn't overthink it. Just decide. Just decide that you're gonna do it. Don't overthink it. Go talk to the girl. You can do it. You can do it. And worst case scenario, like, you know, maybe she has a boyfriend already. Maybe she's not looking for a relationship right now. As long as you can take that gracefully, well, you just earned experience points. You just earned experience points. Now talking to girls next time will be easier. Because, well, you've already did it once. You've already been rejected once. Maybe it hurts your heart a little bit. Your ego's a bit bruised. But now next time you see another cute girl, you already know how that feels. Your body is adjusting to it. Your nervous system will adjust to it. The more you do it. I cold approached 3 girls and nothing otherworldly after the first time. However, still no girlfriend. Maybe because it's uncommon in your culture. Yeah, perhaps. There's really a lot of reasons. But, you know, you can't expect to, I guess, succeed if you don't roll the dice, right? That's the important part. You gotta roll the dice, guys. Do it. Okay. Self-mutilation until you become numb to the pain. Reaper, I love you. But I'm going to tell you something right now that I want you to understand. Okay? Don't be dramatic. Don't be dramatic. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. You're just talking to another human being. It's okay. It's okay to be rejected. And, you know, if you take that really harshly and you take that deep into your core and you hold on to it forever and you never let it go, it's just gonna fester and you're never going to grow. You'll just be scarred by that forever. And yes, I know it's probably just a joke in Twitch chat, but the way that you talk about yourself and describe yourself, even as a joke, does affect your thoughts about yourself. So you should try to think of yourself more nicely. Don't say self-mutilation until you're numb to the pain. Just think of it as, well, I tried something and it didn't work out and that was fine. It's not that serious. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Yeah, you can even make a friend, even if it doesn't become a relationship. Maybe you just made a tomodachi. Yeah, I remember last year I went to a stroll organized by a bunch of podcasters I like, and there was this really cute girl there, but you didn't have the guts to talk to her. Yeah, and guess what? Now you're still thinking about that a whole year later. If you had talked to her, then you would have known. You would have known what would have happened. I hate not knowing. Maybe I'm just nosy. I hate not knowing what the outcome of something could be. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know if that person is my person. I want to know if this thing that's maybe stupid that I try could be something that ends up being really amazing for me. You can do it, you guys. I believe in you. You could also meet people online, but I don't know if I'd recommend that. Don't go into VTuber discords and try to date people. Probably not a good idea. And the chances of you being in like a close location to another person that you meet online, very low, very low. Long distance relationships aren't very fun, I don't think, for anybody. So, just keep that in mind, I suppose. Okay. How to talk to girls. You're already doing it, chat. You're already doing it. You're talking to me, certified girl. You're already doing it, but just in case you don't know or you want a refresher or you're shy, here's how you talk to girls, okay? I'll tell you. And this works for cold approaches. This works for mutual friends. This works for any time that you could possibly be talking to a girl, whether it's IRL or by text or what have you. First thing to always remember when you're talking to girls, be considerate. Now, what does considerate mean? Do you guys know? Do you have any idea of what considerate means? I like to think I'm confident and can talk about most things, but just cold turkey, very, very tough. It's hard to say without seeing exactly what you're saying. But if you're the kind of person who talks about lots and lots of things, it's possible that you're steamrolling them. You're steamrolling the other participant in the conversation to say what you want to say, but maybe not giving them as much space and room to talk. That's possible. It's just a theory. I'm not saying that's exactly what's going on, since I don't know quite 100%, but it's possible. Not even a little bit? You're a super abrasive person? Really, William? I haven't found that about you. But I'll tell you guys what the meaning of considerate is. To consider what you ate? No, Debbie. It means to think about how what you're saying and doing will affect another person. Right? So, have you ever been out in public and you're like walking to go somewhere and there's like a group of people blocking the sidewalk in front of you and they're not looking around at their surroundings and they don't see you trying to get past them at all? And that's super annoying and frustrating, right? Isn't that the worst? That's like number one pet peeve. Is people who are unaware of their surroundings. But not being considerate is kind of similar to that emotionally, where you're just kind of going through life and you're not really thinking about the way that what you're saying and doing, how it's coming off to other people. So in order to be considerate when you're talking to a girl, try to think before you speak or think before you type. Consider your words a little more carefully if you can. Make sure you use your manners. Use your manners. Girls definitely don't like men who are like super rude and mean hateful. Yeah. But, just mind your manners, okay? Pretend that you're going to meet a princess. Remember, chat, every girl is a princess. Every girl is a princess. So when you talk to a girl, just pretend like you're going to meet the princess of some kingdom and you want to get on her good side. So make sure you mind your manners. Use your pleases and thank yous. And yeah, just think about the way that what you're saying and the actions that you take will affect her. You were just telling what you like? There's tons of girls who like douches? Well, sure, but I think that's kind of a separate problem. Like, I feel like women who like men who are not very nice comes from a place of lacking self-confidence and not having not having very good standards for themselves and their life, and so it reflects on the partners that they choose. And they might have also, you know, grown up kind of rough, or maybe not had a good home life, or they've had bad experiences with people in the past and trauma. But I don't think it's necessarily just like women like assholes, because again, women are not a hive mind. So yeah, make sure you're asking questions to get to know her. If you are only talking about yourself, that's not very considerate. So make sure that you're asking her questions, especially thoughtful questions. If they're thoughtful questions and not just, you know, basic stuff like, oh, well, what did you do last night or whatever, that's even better. And be willing to share information about yourself. I think some people can have a tendency to sort of clam up, and someone asks them a question and they don't want to really answer it fully. Like, they sort of go, oh, just meh, and say like basic things. But I don't know. You have to be willing to share about yourself and your thoughts and your opinions and, you know, things you like and don't like and that kind of stuff. Really important. Yeah. You can try complimenting her, but make sure it's genuine. If you're just kind of saying stuff, I feel like that doesn't particularly work. The more descriptive you can be with your compliment, generally the better. If you just say, oh, you look hot. Okay. What about her looks hot? What about her looks hot? The more you can describe exactly how she appears or how her personality is from your perspective, the better. Girls love being described. Especially if you describe them accurately. Yeah. If you're funny, or you're like jiving well with the girl you're talking to, cracking jokes is always good. Being funny is always good. I like funny guys. If you're funny, that's like 1 bajillion points in my book. I like laughing. Open-ended questions are so useful. Yeah, I agree. Stuff that'll get her talking, you know, and start up like a proper conversation. And be clear about your intentions. If you like her and you know you've been talking for a while and you want to ask her on a date, try to make that clear if you can. If you're just kind of vague and like fuzzy around the edges and you keep talking to her and you want to ask her on a date but then you don't, she's probably just going to think, oh, well, he's not interested, I guess. So make sure you make your intentions crystal clear. Yeah, you like my outfit? I like it too. Kawaii desho. Okay. How do you know if a girl likes you? This can be a trickier thing than it seems. I know I've only written 3 things here, but it's a little bit more complicated. There are many ways to tell. I've just written the ways that I try to signal that I'm interested. I haven't had to use these in like forever. I don't think I've been interested in anyone since like middle school. Maybe. Not since middle school. But if a girl gets kind of goofy and giggly around you, she probably likes you. If she's acting kind of childish and silly and, you know, messing around, joking around with you, if she's finding a bunch of excuses to touch you for some reason, one thing girls will do a lot is like, oh, your hands are so big. They're so much bigger than mine. We should compare. If they do that, they like you. If they're touching your shoulder or like asking to borrow your sweater or anything like that, they like you. If she beats you up, she definitely likes you. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. Yeah. And also, if she says she does, if she says she likes you, don't just think like, oh no, that can't be true, or she probably meant something different, or she wouldn't like me. She literally just said that she did. If she tells you she likes you, just take the W, bro. Take the W. There was once a girl I was sure liked you. She's very touchy-feely. Guess what happened? She didn't like you. I mean, that can happen too. But you have to sort of, you know, try to not let that bother you. There's always a sliding scale to these things. Nothing's ever black and white. If you guys are going, oh, Silvi's saying this thing, but I had an experience like that and it was the opposite of what she said. Everything is a gray area. It's all a sliding scale. This is not like 100% going to work every single time. So, yeah, some discretion required. Please use your own brain to think about experiences you've had in the context of this conversation. Yeah. Well, hopefully that helps. How to tell if you're compatible with a girl or not? I would think that you would have some shared interests. Doesn't have to be like 100% one-to-one. Like, I don't know, maybe their favorite anime is, I don't know, Code Geass or something, and your favorite anime is Dragon Ball. You don't have to, like, break up with her because she doesn't like Dragon Ball. Or maybe you both like sports, but one of you likes soccer and one of you likes basketball. Or maybe one of you likes cats and the other one likes dogs. You're both still animal lovers, right? Will these slides be available after class? Well, there'll always be the VOD. I was thinking of getting it edited down into a video, but I'm not sure since it's my first time doing one of these. How am I doing, chat? Am I doing okay? Is Sensei Silvi doing okay? Are you learning? Are you learning anything? I hope so. Let me see. What if we don't share hobbies, but I'm willing to try her hobbies? Ooh, that's a good one. I think that's a good sign. I think being open to trying out her hobbies is great. And then hopefully she'll also be open to trying out your hobbies too. Because who knows? Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you'll like that new hobby, and then now you have something that you both can do together, and that's fun. Yeah, and then same goes for the other way too. If she's willing to try your hobbies, that's really a good sign. I think, well, compromise isn't exactly the right word for that situation, but just like a willingness to experiment with things with somebody that you like is great. This one's also important. Similar values in life. You should try not to say that you have to absolutely have this, or like it couldn't possibly work if you didn't have similar values, but usually things like your moral compass and whatnot, those are sort of hard negotiates for like a compromise between a couple. So, you know, if you hold certain values and the other person holds the exact opposite values, maybe that won't work out. But if there's some middle ground and your priorities in life are similar, usually that's a good sign that you're compatible. I don't think you even have to like their hobbies, but you should support them in their enjoyment of their hobbies. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, definitely don't like bash their hobbies. Don't say, "Oh, I don't like that, so that's lame." Don't say it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't yuck their yum. That's not a very considerate thing to do. If you want to spend time together, that's a good sign as well. If you find yourselves being sad when it's time to leave and go your separate directions for the evening or what have you, usually that's a good sign, I think, that you're pretty compatible if you don't get tired of each other's presence. Though there's a big asterisk next to this one, because there definitely are situations where you can become kind of like codependent on your partner, and then you don't want to separate from each other because you're codependent. It's good to be independent and still have time away from your partner, but still be missing them. If you're away from your partner and you're like not thinking about them at all and you don't really care what they're up to right now, probably a bad sign. Real Tracks, thank you for the 5 months resub. Thank you. I don't need a girlfriend, I have Silvi. True. I don't like thinking about Hootie Pies being alone for like forever, because I don't like thinking about me being alone forever either. There has to be some hope for us. Another good sign. Oh yeah, here's your kiss, Real Tracks. And for you too, Reaper. If talking to them is easy, that's also a really good indication that you have good chemistry, you have good compatibility with each other. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and that doesn't mean that you don't have to put any effort into the conversation. You should still be putting effort into it. That means actively remembering to message them and talk to them and, you know, just have an open communication. Yeah. Just means that it flows well. The conversation doesn't have like a lot of awkward pauses or like weird kind of miscommunication, misstep sort of things. Yeah, so if all of these things are going on, it's a pretty good sign that you're compatible with them. Okay. Now you like this girl. You know what a girl is. You know how to talk to girls. You've been talking to a girl that you like. You want to ask her on a date. How? How? The big question. How do you ask her on a date? Well, you kind of just have to do it. But have a plan. Have a plan. Don't just say, oh, you want to go on a date? Make sure you say where and when. Offer her a couple of options for dates and times, and maybe even a couple of options for places. Just make sure that it suits the occasion and suits their personality, okay? If you're having like a more casual kind of vibe from her, maybe a coffee date with like a walk around a park or go get ice cream afterwards, that could work. Personally, and this is just me, a lot of you are probably gonna say this is bullshit. Personally, I would not go on a coffee date with a man for a first date. Because I just don't want to. It takes a long time to get ready and look nice and look presentable and everything. And I just feel like restaurant is really more my vibe. Yeah, so I would recommend restaurant, but it's at your own discretion. At your own discretion, you gotta make that call. The important thing is that you're taking initiative. You should probably take initiative. Girls like it when you have a plan and you know what you want and you can tell them what is going on. Being the girl and planning the date, I think just feels not as nice. Probably. Unless that's her personality and she's like a planner and she has that kind of personality style, then sure, go for it. But I feel like you should probably take the initiative. Mostly just because a lot of girls kind of just expect that. They're not gonna ask you on a date in a lot of situations. So if you just wait for her to ask you on a date, it might not ever happen. Yeah. If you do end up doing something, make sure that it's a public location, public well-lit location that you're going to, and dress appropriately. Make sure you are clean and you smell good and your clothes match the venue that you're going to. If you're going to a nice restaurant, at least wear like a nice button down. Maybe put on some cologne. Make sure your hair looks nice. Your teeth are brushed and flossed. Brushed and flossed. Mouthwash wouldn't hurt either. And if you have pets, try lint rolling your clothing if it's covered in hair. Just make sure you look spick and span, basically, so that you have a good impression. Okay, well, hopefully you asked her on a date and she said yes. What do you do during the date? It's literally, I didn't think I'd get this far. I didn't think I'd get this far. But you're there now. You're on a date with a girl. Holy shit, it's happening. What do you do? Well, pretty much the same as before. Pretty much the same as the talking to girls steps. Ask her questions. Be an active listener. Share about yourself. Be generous. Mind your manners and be a gentleman. I'll talk more about how to be a gentleman in a little bit. Yeah. Make it seem like it isn't abnormal for you. What do you think about things like escape rooms? Personally, I would not want to be locked in a room with a man who I only kind of know for however many hours. That's just me personally. Even though it's public and it's probably maybe well lit, I'm not going anywhere that's not easily accessible by like lots of other people quickly. Yeah, I would never go on an escape room first date. That's like a fifth date or already dating, like in a relationship kind of thing, if you ask me. Yeah. Think a good tip for dating is be a good friend to them? Yeah, friendship is important. Having a girlfriend is nice, but the word friend is in the word girlfriend. So you should probably, like, not just like her because she's a girl, but also like her because you genuinely like her personality. Yeah. Escape rooms are monitored for what it's worth. Yeah, still a little scary though. Ooh. Isn't this why theater bad? Because it's dark room and hard to see? Also because you don't actually talk? Yeah, I feel like movie first dates are not great unless you're doing dinner and then a movie. I feel like that's probably acceptable. Because you've already chatted and had a good conversation and talked and stuff at dinner. But the order is important. Don't do movie and then dinner. That's weird. Yeah. Remember to mind your manners. If you're going for dinner, make sure you pull her chair out for her and push it in when she sits down. Use your napkin. Put your napkin on your lap so you're not dropping food all over yourself and staining your clothes. Sit close to the table and close to the plate so you're not leaning over to put the food in your mouth. Okay? Just a couple tips. Make sure you're cutting your food into small pieces and not just like shoving a giant huge chunk of food in your mouth and going nah, 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 nah. Chew with your mouth closed. Chew with your mouth closed. Say, will you excuse me before you go to the washroom? Be nice to the wait staff. Make sure you tip well. I'm not gonna have the conversation about who should pay, because that's just opening a can of worms. But, yeah. Not touching that one. After the date, say you went to dinner, you had a good time. Make sure that you tell her that you had a good time. Don't just be like, okay, bye, and then leave. Tell her that you enjoyed your time, you enjoyed the conversation, you had a lovely evening. And make sure that she gets home safely if it's night time. That doesn't mean like follow her home. I would suggest like calling an Uber, walking her to her car if she's driving. Waiting at the bus stop with her or the subway if she's taking public transit. Yeah. And make sure you don't get pushy. I forgot to put this on the slide, but don't get pushy about like, where's my hug? Where's my kiss? That kind of thing. Just kind of chill. Chill. Yeah, and then invite her to a second date. Make sure you restate your interest. Like, I don't know, text her a couple hours later. Be like, did you get home okay? Check up and make sure she made it home safely. And then restate your interest if you are still interested. And try to solidify a date and time for another date if you want. If I asked a girl out, then I would ask her if she'd want me to pay. If she asked me out, I'd pay for myself. If she didn't offer and stuff. Yeah, it seems like everyone has their own kind of plan for how they do it. But if a man asked me on a date, I would assume that he's paying for it. All of it. I would not assume that he means 50-50. If he wanted me to do 50-50 and he stated that up front, then I would be probably fine with that. But yeah, I feel like if you're inviting, be prepared to pay for the whole thing. Okay. How to be a gentleman. It's not simping. It's not simping. If you're thinking right now, I don't want to be one of those cringy guys who's simping for a girl and just so head over heels and blah blah blah, because that's stupid. Just throw that thought away. Throw that thought away. That's not a helpful thought. It's not a helpful thought. Just get rid of that. How to be a gentleman? Make sure you're holding the door open for her. I think it's nice. I think it's nice when men are gentlemanly. It feels like they are like more, I don't know what the word is. Just like nicer. Feels more romantic and like, ooh, doki doki. I think if a man is a gentleman. I love reading female literature while drinking matcha and buying labubus. Well, okay. You're probably thinking, oh, performative males. Performative males do these things. I can tell the difference between a performative gentleman and an actual gentleman. Though I can't quite put my finger on what it is exactly. It's just something about the way that they carry themselves. Maybe it's in confidence. Maybe it's in like they just embody it and it doesn't seem like they're acting. But I feel like that difference is pretty important. Just make sure you'll practice it so that you're embodying it, you know? How can you tell a guy is pretending to be nice just to get a reward out of it instead of naturally being nice? They'll probably tell you that they're really nice. I feel like guys who just want a reward for being nice will eventually slip up and say something like, but I was so nice. Or, I'm not like those other guys who are such assholes. Like, I'll treat you nicely. Actual nice guys, quote unquote nice, do not have to tell you that they are nice. They will just, again, embody that with their actions. It's hard to really say, like, how girls manage to put their finger on that, but it's very obvious. Trust me, it's very obvious. As you keep reading off the points, I'm thinking about the last date I went on and I'm cringing hard. Well, that's okay. You just had a learning experience. And those are actually really valuable and helpful because now you know, right? Yeah. This is an underrated gentlemanly thing that I think is really important. Keep an eye on her mood. Keep an eye on her mood. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? If you're out with a girl somewhere and you're kind of watching her and talking and reading her body language, this takes a lot of social skills, so it's kind of like advanced gentlemanliness. If you're watching her body language and she seems uncomfortable or distracted or worried about something, or maybe she's upset, she seems a little upset, maybe you're talking and her answers are kind of short and clipped when usually they'd be like long and extensive, it's okay to ask like, hey, is everything all right with you today? Girls like to be checked up on because it shows that you're paying attention. So if you're out with a girl and you're noticing that something's a little off, it's okay to ask. It's okay to ask. Yeah. Remember, chat, if her body language is to grab a brick and attempt to hit you, she may be uncomfortable on the date. Yeah, reading body language is a very difficult to develop skill, I think. Very, very hard to develop, but you'll get there. You'll get there. Make sure you always ask for consent. That's very important. We don't want to do a sexual assault. So if you're going in to kiss her or do even more than that, make sure you get her very clear consent, okay? Yeah, I'm not gonna go into more detail about that, but yeah. Don't raise your voice, please. Please don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. I hate being yelled at. I hate being yelled at. Nothing feels worse than being yelled at. I'm 5 feet and a half inch for all of you new people who may not know. I'm small. I'm short and small. You are big and strong. I don't want to feel scared of you, ever, for any reason. Nothing is more of a turn-off than a man raising his voice. Do not raise your voice at a girl. I don't think it bodes well. Hi, Camille. Hi, Airship Crew. Hello. How was your stream? How was your stream? Hi. Chad, it's Camille. It's Camille. She's French. She's French. And she's the leader of the indie idol VTuber group that I'm in. florAtelier. We're debuting all together soon. Very soon, very soon. Ooh, and also, on Saturday, Camille has, this. Let me show you. Dun, dun! Concert! Camille's hosting a huge, giant concert. Oh my god, it's so big. There's like... Camille, can I say how many songs there are? There's like an insane amount of songs and cute girls in it. Yeah, I Like Cute Girls concert. Of course, I'm gonna be singing it too. I won't spoil what song we're singing together, but I'm in it. All the other florAtelier girls are in it. And lots of other VTubers who you probably know. You definitely know, like, at least 5. Like, minimum at least 5 VTubers who are in there. Every single one of you knows minimum at least 5 VTubers in this concert. So, I'll be raiding in when Camille starts on Saturday. So if you're here on my stream a little earlier than normal on Saturday, we'll be stopping by, giving our love, and I'll be singing it too, of course. But if you're not here with me on Saturday, make sure you go check out Camille's I Like Cute Girls concert. It starts on Valentine's Day at 5 p.m. GMT, which I think is 9 a.m. Pacific and 12 p.m. Eastern for all you Americans. Yeah, our duet is so cute. Our duet is so cute. Oh my god. I love it so much. Camille's been working so hard. Oh my god, she's been grinding on the mixes and the videos and everything. So make sure you come out and show your support. Okay, chat. And Mons, if you haven't shouted out Camille yet, could you please? Camille, I'm teaching men how to talk to girls and stuff. I hope I'm doing okay. Oh, yeah. Is everyone being a good student? Yeah, chat, do you all have your pen and your paper out? Quick question. Do you think I should geek out on the first date? It's worked so far, but have gotten complaints. Ooh, depends. But I would say overall, yes. Personally, I I think that men are really cute when they talk about their interests and their hobbies. That's like the cutest ever male behavior. Like, yes, please tell me. Tell me about your D&D. Tell me about Warhammer 40k. Tell me about... even tell me about your Kamiyoshi. I still think that's cute too, even though I'm a little jealous. What do you do if you have none? Well, that's step one. That's step one, is get some. Go back to the beginning of the presentation. If you don't have anything to geek out about, go back to the beginning of the presentation and find something to geek out about, okay? I don't know, talking about other women while being with one isn't always a great idea. It depends. I feel like if you're somehow dating a VTuber and you're talking about VTubers with them, I think that's fine. Plus, I feel like girls who watch anime understand the concept of having a wife, a waifu. So I feel like that's kind of okay, as long as you know when to rein it in a little bit. Is geeking out about fighter planes okay? I don't know. Depends on the person. Have you guys been on TikTok? Have you guys ever been on TikTok or YouTube Shorts and heard that one? It was like a trending audio for a while. It's just a woman going, I like him. I like that autistic man. I like him. I like that autistic man. That's more common than you would think. Much more common than you would think. Girls actually really like when you talk about your autism hyperfixations, your ADHD interests. Yeah. There's definitely levels to it, for sure, feet man. Like, do you go on dates and talk about feet the whole time? I don't know how well that would go over, but just take it with a grain of salt. Again, read her body language so that you know when she's starting to feel weird about it, if she does. You don't have autism? Does that put you at a disadvantage? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, thank you for the raid, Camille. Thank you. Loonies, go follow Camille, okay? Make sure you do, okay? Yeah, as long as you're being considerate and you're trying to read her body language and stuff and pick up on the signals, you should be able to hopefully tell when to stop, if ever. Hello, pretend I don't exist. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see your message just now. Hi, Dusk Noir. Hello. Okay. And again, detailed compliments. Making sure she always feels safe is very important. Very, very important. Yeah. Don't do any scary stuff if you're trying to impress a girl. Don't, like, talk about how many guns you have. Probably. Maybe don't talk about, that you like watching serial killer documentaries or something. Yeah, just, careful. Careful. What if she likes guns? I mean, if she likes guns and she brings up guns, then that's probably fine. But just like bringing up like, oh yeah, I have like 10 guns in my bedroom out of the blue, probably scary. Probably scary. Yeah. A lot of the things, do you guys know about bean soup theory? Bean soup theory? A lot of the things that I'm saying, you kind of have to use a bit of discretion to understand when to apply it and when not to. If I'm saying something and it doesn't apply to a certain situation, it probably just doesn't apply to that situation. Yeah. But There's nuance. There's nuance to everything. You guys don't know the bean soup theory. Came from this TikTok video. Someone posted a recipe for bean soup that includes like a ton of beans. It's bean soup. It has beans in it. And so many of the comments on that video were like, what if I don't like beans? How do I make this then? Or, well, I don't like beans, so can you tell me what else I can do? If you don't like beans, bean soup is not for you. If you have a specific situation that doesn't fall into these very general categories, then just apply or don't apply as you see fit. I can't tell you exactly every single answer to every situation. But I believe in you guys. You can figure it out. You can figure it out. Yeah. I'm looking for clothes and there's only soup. I'm at soup. Okay. How do you ask a girl to be your girlfriend? Your long-term girlfriend? My god, big scary step. Maybe you've been on a couple dates by now. Like at least 3, I would think. At least 3 dates before I would ask. Never ask? No, you have to ask. You have to ask. Do not do a situationship. Don't do situationship unless you've both had a conversation and you've both decided that that's what you want. If you want to have a relationship, you need to ask her to be your girlfriend. Otherwise, she's not your girlfriend. She is just someone that you're seeing. Yeah. Okay, this is really scary. Really scary step. Because you could either be accepted and now you're dating and now you have a girlfriend. Or you could be rejected and I guess it's kind of hard to keep dating after that. But if you know that you want a relationship, a solid relationship, you have to be vulnerable. You gotta be vulnerable and you gotta just ask. You gotta do it. Take the plunge. Don't be scared. It's better to know than not know. Yeah. And be honest. Be honest about what you want and what you're looking for. If you really like her, say that. Say, well, I really like you. I could see a future together with you. Maybe you should have a conversation about your goals, your long-term goals, each of you as individuals, and then how those goals can kind of fit together with each other. And be chalant. Be chalant AF. Don't be like super nonchalant about it. And just be like, well, if you want to date me, I guess we could date. Don't approach it that way. Be down bad. Be down bad. If you really like her, make sure that you say. Make sure that you make that clear. Is chalant the opposite of nonchalant? Yeah, you got it. You got it. It's kind of a meme word, I guess. Someone just pulled that out. It's probably on Twitter or something, and then people kind of just started saying it. Oh yes, water break. Okay, let me get some water. I'm just gonna mute my mic while I drink so you don't hear me slurping. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Generational aura lost? That's so silly. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So instead of having Giga Chad aura that you have a cute and hot girlfriend who's only yours, you're gonna have vague aura of man who has no hot and cute girlfriend to love and kiss and hold? No. The men with the biggest aura are the men who love their girlfriends and love their wives, like, unconditionally. Lone wolf, sigma male aura? Ugh. Ugh. Gross. Gross. I don't like that. I don't like that. Actually. Men who exude that aura of like, oh, I don't need anyone and I don't need anything and I don't care about anyone or anything. Ew. Ew. Not attractive. Sorry, guys. Just being honest. That's not attractive. Dudes, having a wife is freaking awesome? Yeah, if you're not gonna listen to me, listen to this random guy in chat. Having a partner is probably amazing. It's probably amazing. You mean you don't want to fix him? Hell no. I have my own problems. Men should be making my life easier, not harder. If I have to beg you to be with me, I'm not even gonna try. I'm not even gonna attempt. If you're not being very obvious that you want to be with me and that you love me, like, I'm out. I'm outie. I'm out. No thank you. Be chalant. Be chalant. It's not uncool to be chalant. Trust. 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 Erase all the podcast bro shit that you've absorbed into your brain and listen to the cute girl on your screen who's telling you that loving your girlfriend, loving your wife are Giga Chad aura. Are these tips for both genders? I mean, I'm sure you could apply it, but it's kind of aimed towards, like, dating girls. I don't know if it would work for dating guys, but probably. I low-key want another possessive girlfriend. The last one did numbers on me. Low-key need that energy in my life. Yeah! Okay, I'm about to say something a little controversial. Buckle in. Buckle in, chat. This is perhaps slightly controversial, but hear me out, okay? Women who don't particularly like men very much are actually better girlfriends and better wives than girls who just are like down bad for any guy because they're a guy. If you can bag a girl who hates guys, she's never going anywhere. And you know that you're one of the good ones because she likes you and she doesn't tolerate any other man. She likes you when she hates men. Do you follow? Are you following, Chad? But what if she hates me too? Then I guess you're probably not gonna end up dating her. No, not a Karen. Not a Karen. It's not what I'm saying. Wow. No, chat just doesn't get it. You guys just don't get it. You don't want your wife to hate your son? Well, I don't think that would happen. I don't think that would happen. That's separate. That's separate. You kind of lost me. So many people don't understand that, I think, but if you can understand it, I feel like you're ahead of the curve. That's just my opinion, though. That's just my opinion. Yeah. That's just what I think. But again, I have super high standards. So it won't work for you. Okay. You got a girlfriend, now what? Now what? You did it, chat. You asked her out. She said yes. You went on dates. You told her how you feel and asked her to be your girlfriend. Now what? She's your girlfriend. What do you do? Well, just kind of keep doing what you were doing. Stay consistent. Don't just start slacking and not being romantic and not being conversational and not communicating because now you won the prize, so what else is there to do? You have to stay consistent. Don't let your good behavior slip just because now you have her. You can easily lose her again. Yeah, so just make sure to stay the course. Deepen your bond. Take any opportunity that you can to get closer to each other. Emotionally, physically, whatever kind of way. Deepen your bond. Share more about who you are and your inner thoughts and your inner world with each other. As much as you feel comfortable, but do make sure that you do. Don't just not share anything about yourself because you don't want to be vulnerable. Your flaws are beautiful too, because they're a part of you. And your girlfriend loves you, and that's a part of you. So therefore, she should also accept your flaws. Yeah. So that doesn't mean you don't have to work on them. If they're flaws that you want to fix, you should probably work on them. Yeah. New game plus? Make sure you still plan special things. Take her on dates still. Go out for dates. Plan stuff for your anniversary. If she's like interested in something, try to find events in your area that are related. Just make things special. Make things special for her, and she'll probably make things special for you too. Yeah. Now you have something to look forward to. Make sure you communicate. This is very important. I think a lot of relationships fail because people don't communicate at all, or don't communicate well, or they're just not communicating clearly enough with each other. There's like miscommunication. If something's bothering you, make sure you tell your partner that calmly. Don't tell them to like pick a fight or cast blame or say you did this and I didn't like it and therefore you're a bad person. Try to approach it from the angle of, you know, there was this thing that happened that I didn't necessarily enjoy, but I want to work together with you to mend that little rift. Yeah, you're not winning an argument. Remember, you're on the same team. You're on the same team as your partner. And you both just want to have a good, happy relationship. So, yeah, communication. You low-key just got to apologize even if you are right? I agree. And they should also apologize in a lot of situations, because usually if there's miscommunication, it's not just one side who gets their feelings hurt. It's probably both sides who do. And I feel like being able to like put your pride and your ego aside and apologize even if you don't necessarily agree with the outcome. Maybe you still think you were right and they were wrong. It's not really about that. It's about like connection and trying to maintain the connection. Some people believe it's sugarcoating. It's not. You don't want to antagonize them. Yeah, apologies are really important. Yeah, even in like any kind of relationship, family, friendship, work relationships, it's really important to not be prideful and make sure that you can understand when, even if you didn't have the intention to hurt someone's feelings, maybe you still did somehow. You still hurt their feelings, and so it's important to apologize for that hurt, even if you didn't mean to cause it. And take actions to try to ensure that you don't do it again. Also. Yeah. Okay, we're in the questions section. I've written down a couple common questions that I think you guys would have, but I'll be reading through some of the questions you've been sending in chat a little after this too. Okay. First question. How do I make my dating app profile attractive to women? This is a good question. I have been on Tinder a long time ago when I was in my undergrad. And this is what I've thought about men's Tinder profiles. Make sure you have around 3 to 5 good pictures. What do I mean by good picture? I mean, your face is clearly visible. It should be ideally just you in most of the pictures. It's okay to have some pictures with like your pet or a friend. Do not put any pictures of you with another girl. That's just too many questions. Don't put only pictures of you with other people, because then no one can tell which one you are. Are cat photos good pictures? Yes. Yes. I think so. Especially if you're trying to attract girls who also like cats. Yeah. No. Well, unless you're looking for hookups, maybe don't put like the shirtless in a mirror selfie picture. Do not, under any circumstances, put a picture of yourself holding a fish in your Tinder profile. Do not. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't know what website told men that they should put a picture of themselves doing fishing or hunting in their Tinder profile, but everyone seemed to do that. And it was never attractive. I don't care if you're proud of the fish. I don't care if you like fishing. I don't even care if fishing is your main hobby. Don't do it. Don't do it. Women love me, fish fear me, bro. It's literally that. Yeah, it's attractive to men. That's kind of a like, whoa, bro, you caught that big fish, that's sick. Girls don't think that. Girls don't think fishing skills not attractive. Why? That means I could feed you. We live in the year 2026. I'd honestly rather see a picture of you in a grocery store with like a nice full cart of groceries. A nice well-rounded full cart of groceries with vegetables, fruit, meat. That actually would be nice, actually. Yeah, no fish pictures. And no hunting pictures either. Clearly state in your profile what your intentions are. If you're looking for a long-term relationship, say that. Don't say you don't know what you're looking for and you don't know what you want. That's too vague. Don't say, like, oh, we'll just meet up and see where the night takes us. Unless you're looking for hookups. But if you're looking for a girlfriend, that's too vague. You have to know what you want and then say that you know what you want. Make sure you keep it positive. Keep it positive. Don't do this like... I don't even know what this is. Like big dogging kind of thing. that guys seem to do about, oh, if you're a woman and you have these opinions and you don't like this, then just don't even bother. Like, if you don't have blah blah or you weigh over this much blah blah, you can still state what you're looking for in terms of looks without being really mean about it. Like, if you really don't want to date a woman who is on the bigger side, say you're looking for women who are athletic, or say you really like hiking and sports and you want someone who fits that lifestyle or something. There are other ways. There are other ways to say it other than don't message me if you're fat or whatever. That's too, I don't know, too jerky. Yeah. And show your personality and your hobbies. If you can put like a picture of you doing a hobby of some sort. Not fishing. Not fishing. Careful, chat. Just because I said your hobbies doesn't mean you can still do the fish thing. If it's your hobby. No. No. Yeah. Post a picture of you doing a hobby. Or something. Something that shows your personality. Yeah. The gym? I mean, gym pictures aren't always bad. I feel like it shows that you care about, like, your fitness and working out. Just, I guess, careful of the vibe it gives off. If you want it to be wholesome and, like, just fitness instead of, toxic gym bro, you'll have to take that into consideration with your picture composition. What about a picture of Peanut with your video games? I would like that. I would swipe yes to that. Is it right or left that's yes on Tinder? I don't know. Do you have any tips for people in their mid or late 20s that already have some career experience? What do women dislike seeing in workaholics? Workaholics, let me think. I mean, firstly, having job, good. Especially in this economy. Having a job, good. Having ambition and striving to better your career, also good. Just make sure that you're upfront about that. There's lots of women who are like independent and have similar mindset as you. So maybe someone like that would suit you as well. But I would say just make sure you still make time. Still make time for her, even if you're grinding. Because being busy is one thing. Being busy and not prioritizing her enough to make time to like send her a message to say that you're thinking about her, or plan a date for when you do have time off. That's a whole other thing, because then it just shows that you're not really caring that much. So I would say, as long as you still make time for her and you're clear about the fact that you're working hard on your career and you want to focus on that, then should be fine, I think. Okay. I don't think I'm attractive and or hot. It's a good thing you can always work on yourself then, huh? You can always work on that. Even if you think like, oh, I just don't have good facial bone structure or whatever. You can still work on other things, like, do you take care of your skin? Do you do skincare? Do you pluck your unibrow? Do you keep your beard trimmed and clean and well-oiled and smelling nice? Do you have a good sense of fashion and style that suits you? I personally, and this doesn't go for all women, of course, because again, women are not a hive mind, but personally, I always go for personality over looks. Literally every time I've ever had a crush on a guy, it's always been their personality and nothing, literally like maybe 10% was to do with their looks. But the other 90% was all personality. Yeah. Large portion of attractiveness is about your energy and vibe. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. If you have good energy and you vibe with a person really well and you just have like a good chemistry together, suddenly it seems like, you know, their looks really don't matter anymore. It doesn't matter. Like, even if you say like, oh, I only like a certain type of person, or I only want, you know, girls who look a certain way, sometimes you just can't deny. You can't deny the chemistry. You can't deny the attraction. It's not always up to you, I think. So if you find someone that you're vibing with, don't like put yourself down and say like, oh, they definitely wouldn't think I'm attractive. I'm not even gonna try, because you don't have confidence. If they're vibing with you, they're vibing. Take the W. Take the W. Yeah, be confident. Have some confidence. Communicate clearly. Be consistent. Indeed, indeed. Yeah. And also, be honest with yourself. Like, you know how you look. You know how the girls who you are trying to go for look. Is that reasonable? Is that reasonable? If you care very little about your appearance and you put almost no effort into your appearance and you're only looking for women who are like supermodel hot, what do you think the chances of that actually happening really are? Most people in the world are just average looking. That's how statistical curves generally work. Most people are somewhere in the middle. Likely, you are somewhere in the middle. If you think you're super ugly, you're probably actually somewhere in the middle, statistically. Yeah. So, just be honest with yourself about whether your expectations are matching up with what's feasible, I suppose. But again, personality always more important than looks. Personality literally always more important. I would much rather date like a super witty, super funny, really kind-hearted, gentle man who's maybe not conventionally attractive than date like, I don't even know, like a 6'5" guy with abs and ripped muscles and not much else. Just muscles, no personality. Would much rather date the guy with a really good personality. Yeah, if you act ugly, that's true. That's like that book that I read when I was a kid. The Roald Dahl book, The Uglies. Where if your personality inside is ugly, then you just are ugly to people. Because your personality is so off-putting. It's like it shows up outside, externally too somehow. Silvi, do you think making 6-7 jokes on the first date is the strat? For someone your age, Stance, probably. For older people, probably not. Yeah, okay. Is height/size, wink wink, wink wink, do you guys know what I mean by size? Probably. Important. Depends. Depends on the girl's height, I think. More so than the guy's height. For me, I don't know if I would date a guy who's shorter than me because I'm only 5'1.5". If you're shorter than me, you're really short. But I would date guys who are taller than me. And that's like pretty much most guys. Doesn't really matter about like how tall. Yeah. Not into short kings? I mean, I feel like men say short king when men are like 5'7". That's still really tall to me. That's still really tall. I don't know about 4'11", but that's only like an inch and a half difference. That's really not that much. Yeah. As for size, I don't really know. I don't really have any experience. I don't have any experience in this area. But oh, I can tell you an anecdote that my friend in school is like a lot older than me. She's 47. So she's had a lot of experience. She's kind of insane. She's done like threesomes and stuff with her current boyfriend, which is crazy to me. She talks about it so casually too. She'll just bring it up when we go out for lunch at cafes and stuff. Very interesting. Interesting person. But she says that girth is more important than length generally. But I don't know if there's like a threshold or like a minimum, or that's what girls talk about. Yeah, girls talk about that kind of stuff all the time. You guys didn't know that. Girls are like way hornier than you probably expect, by the way. My chat can always tell. Remember, were you guys on Twitter when that VTuber ovulation tracker trend was going on? When that was like a big, huge topic on Twitter, I was not even fazed because my chat always knows when I'm ovulating. Because I'm a little obvious about it. I just get more... Well, you'll see in like a week and a half. You'll see in like a week and a half. Yeah. But yeah, I hear girth is like more important than length, but also I don't think that that's that big of a deal, because penetration is not the big thing for girls. Like, I think that's the big thing for guys, but for girls it's more about like the outside stuff. The outside stuff. So if you're good at the outside stuff, I don't think size is that important. So like, work on your hands and your mouth stuff. If you're lacking in one area, just make sure you're really strong in the other areas, okay? Okay? Got it, Tat. Yeah. Don't focus on what you can't change. There's no point in stressing and agonizing over it. Just make sure you've shored up all of your bases, I suppose. Okay. Okay. Yeah, communication always important in any kind of situation. Okay. Alrighty. I'm scared women will think I'm a creep if I talk to them. I feel like this has been put into men's heads that this is very scary by the podcast bros again. But the best advice I can give you to avoid that, I suppose, Firstly, okay, you are definitely not the first man to ever approach that woman. Likely she has been approached by men many times in the past. So it's not like a brand new thing to her. It's maybe new to you, but it's probably not new to her. So she's probably used to handling this kind of conversation that you're trying to have with her. And I feel like a lot of girls, unless she's already dating or just completely not interested, like right off the bat, a lot of girls will try to either let you down gently or are willing to at least entertain a conversation or like see where it's going. Yeah. But your approach matters. Timing is important. Timing is important. If she looks really busy or she's clearly like looking tired and kind of bedraggled or she looks like she's in a rush to go somewhere, maybe wait till next time. Invite. Don't demand. If you approach a woman and you're talking to her and you want to ask her for her phone number or to go on a date or something, just say casually, like, you know, I was here, I saw you from across the way, I think you're stunningly beautiful, and I would be honored to invite you to have further conversation, and I'd like to offer you my phone number. Make sure you are giving her your phone number. Don't ask her for her phone number, because then that gives her the option whether she wants to contact you, instead of her having to worry about, oh, now I'm being texted by some random man who has my phone number now. You offer her your phone number, okay? Yeah. It's a good sign if she calls her brother? How do you mean? How do you mean? All in one sentence right off the bat? I mean, it depends. You can have like a further bit of conversation, but it should kind of finish that way. Should sort of finish like that. And then if she says yes, then you can give her your phone number, and then don't linger too long unless you're having like a really, really good conversation. Try not to linger too long. Just sort of let her have the what's the word? Just let it be the way it is, you know? Just say like, oh great, thank you so much. Hope I hear from you soon or whenever you're comfortable. And if not, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And then just go. Then just go be happy that you got to talk to a cute girl and she said yes to taking your number. Yeah. If you're in a space with similar interests, i.e. conventions, meetups, yeah. Usually when people are like out at events, they're generally more open to receiving that kind of solicitation. It's sort of not really the right word. But yeah. Hold on, let me drink some more water. I'm getting hoarse. I'm getting hoarse. Uma musume. Okay. I'm back. Yeah, just be casual and lighthearted. And again, with the body language reading, if she seems uncomfortable, just like tell her have a nice day and go be about your business. Excuse me. pushy. Please don't be pushy. Don't take it too personally if she rejects you either. It's just another learning experience. That's honestly good advice, right? Right? I feel like I'm doing okay. Okay. How to initiate a kiss with a woman? Fuck if I know. Fuck if I know. All my kisses have been against my will. So, don't do that. Don't not ask for consent. Definitely ask for consent. I don't know about, like, maybe don't start with tongue unless it's like super passionate time, but definitely start slow, I guess. Definitely for the first time, start slow. And then I don't know what you're actually supposed to do. Sorry. I don't know what you're actually supposed to do when you're kissing. I think you're not supposed to keep your eyes open. Close your eyes, chat. Close your eyes and like get into it and feel it out, I guess. Yeah. Good luck. Good luck. How do you know if she is the one? This kind of goes back to the compatibility thing a little bit, but it's more like long term. You should have had good signals for compatibility for an extended period of time. But I would say if it's easy between you, if it feels easy, if it's not like pulling teeth, it doesn't feel like, oh, I don't really want to hang out with them or whatever. You always want to hang out. You want to improve yourself for her. I saw this TikTok where a guy was saying like, guys, do you ever meet a really amazing woman and then suddenly feel like you need to make $500,000? If you have this urge to improve your life so that you can help give her the life that she wants and deserves, I think that's a good sign that she's the one. And also you think she smells good. And I'm not talking about perfume. Bro, my TA today in my lab, he was like hardcore hitting on one of my friends. Even though he has a girlfriend. I know he has a girlfriend. It's the one who I was trying to tell about Callie. Do you guys remember I told that story about how my TA in class has an anime tattoo? So I asked him how much anime he watches, and he said he was watching Gachiakuta. And then I said, do you know about the opening song? And he was like, oh yeah, that's a banger. And then I was like, do you know who makes that? And then he was like, no, who is it? And then I was like, Calliope Mori. And then he's like, what's a Calliope Mori? And then I was like, you don't know Callie. You don't know VTubers. And then I told him about VTubers. But he was helping my friend who was sitting next to me in the computer lab. And she had a really nice perfume on. And he literally like leaned down next to her and was like, he like sniffed her and was like, what perfume are you wearing? You smell so good right now. And I was like, ooh, ooh. I think he likes her a little bit. And he kept going on about it. It was kind of cute. He kept going on about it. I thought it was sweet. He was like, you smell so good right now. Creep? I don't think so. I think it was sweet. He wasn't wording it like in a creepy way. It was like a compliment. She was flattered too. She was like, oh, thank you. And she looked over at me and like raised her eyebrows. I thought it was sweet. Yeah, I thought it was cute. See, this is how your guys' perspective and my perspective is different, because when I'm telling the story, I guess it sounds creepy, but because he was very genuine about it in the moment, I feel like it didn't come off that way. It came off genuine and not creepy. Did your friend know he already has a girlfriend? Yeah, I think so. Though I don't think he meant like he would cheat on his girl with her or whatever. I think it was just like a compliment, like you smell good. It's creepy because she's a student. Yeah, but he was in the same program last year. You guys just don't get it, God. Have you not learned anything? Have you not learned anything? Jeez. Wow. But I was talking about if you think her natural scent is good. Like if you can get all up in her armpits and sniff in there and think it smells good in there, that's probably a good sign that she's the one. Something pheromones compatibility because your DNA is different. Baksheen! I wish I had a 3D model for this model. I only have one for my 1.0, which was like 5 years ago. But if I had a 3D model for this outfit, bro, I'd be making all those armpit sniffing things too. Silvi, can you reach the top shelf asking for no reason? No, I have a 3-step step ladder that I have to use to get stuff off the top shelf in my kitchen. Well, yeah. Okay. Alright, time to answer your questions. Mods, if you wouldn't mind, just one at a time. If you wouldn't mind, I hope you copy-pasted them or something. Copy-paste one at a time into chat so I can answer. Yeah, but if anyone else has any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I'll try to answer them, but if I'm already answering one... Oh, you'll put them in Discord? Oh, okay. Let me go look. Sorry, I never look at pings after. Don't go. Okay. Here we go. Wait, here we go. Let me see. Oh gosh, my monitors just did something weird. Okay. Yeah, you can post it there. The YouTube chat's slow enough that I can see them. Okay. Okay, let's start at the top. Can we use the advice to get a second girlfriend? No. No. I would not recommend a second girlfriend. Please just only have one. Do not cheat on your girlfriend who you are supposed to love a lot and cherish and treat well. Please do not cheat. Cheaters are the worst. Do not do that. You should think that goes without saying. SMH my head. Okay. Next question. Let me see. Let's see here. Is there a way I can start a conversation that results in not being ghosted after the first few messages, or is that kind of hard because it depends on the girl? It definitely depends on the girl, but there are ways to increase your chances of success, I would say. Let's see, what would I respond to? Don't do any lines. Like, don't do a pickup line. Don't do like a one-off thing that's meant to show how charismatic you are. but is actually just something that women have probably seen a million times by now. Definitely don't do that. Try to make it personal. Like if it's a dating app that you're on, or it's someone who you know through a friend or something, try to make it related to something that you know that they like. People love to talk about things that they like. So if you're starting a conversation by mentioning something you know they like, they're probably more likely to entertain that conversation. And then as for the not being ghosted part, I would say that would be something you have to work on your conversational skills for. I think the reason why women ghost is because they don't want to outright reject you because they're scared of not necessarily your reaction specifically, but just they've probably had men react badly to being told that they're no longer interested in the past. So they just ghost to not have to like deal with that. Sometimes guys will just like yell at you if you reject them, and that can be scary and also kind of ruins your day. So I would say just work on your conversational skills. Try to keep it going. If you notice a lull in the conversation, you should try to be the one to pick it up again if you can. Because the whole point of trying to date someone is that you are showing your interest in them. So that's the part about being clear with your intentions, right? So give that a shot. Hopefully that helps. Okay, let me read from chat. The mere thought of a romantic bond with someone seems so incomprehensible that I might as well be an alien from a different planet. How do I overcome this mindset? I'll tell you. I'll tell you how right now. You are trapping yourself and eliminating yourself from the potential for happiness by doing that. Even if you believe that to be true, you need to tell yourself otherwise. You have to tell yourself otherwise. Because otherwise, it's gonna be too hard for you to even try. It's gonna be hard for you to even attempt to approach a relationship. Every single person is deserving of love. Except for like really truly evil people. But unless any of you are on the Epstein list, I'm pretty sure you're probably mostly fine. So, everyone deserves love. You deserve love. You have to believe that you deserve to have love. That's also kind of a first step, because if you don't think you deserve to be loved, how can you convince anybody else that you deserve that? If you're always down on yourself and you just can't really comprehend it, then, well, I don't know. It's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, isn't it? I mean, it's possible you're also somewhere... I don't really know what asexual means, but it's possible. Or aromantic, maybe it is. I don't know. Look into those, perhaps. But if you want to have love, you just can't see yourself being in love. Start daydreaming. Start daydreaming about it. That's what I do. I daydream about the kind of love that I want to have. And in my head, I have already attained it. And therefore, it's not unattainable because I've already imagined it to happen. I don't know if that makes sense, but hopefully it made a little bit of sense. Okay, bye, Akira. Okay, next question. Do women actually give a shit about our hobbies? Social media has put into my mind that women are constantly rolling their eyes at us. Yes, women do care about your hobbies. Depending on what they are and who the woman is. I care about your hobbies that are productive. I don't feel any type of way about hobbies that are unproductive. I think it's fine for you to have them, but maybe it's not the most interesting to me. I do not like your hobbies that are self-destructive. If that makes sense. If your hobby is going out for a fun game of soccer with your bros and you do that every week and it really brings you happiness and joy, I love that. I love that for you. I'd love to hear about that all the time. If your hobby is you play Fortnite for like 5 hours a night every single night and it makes you happy but it's not very productive, I'm kind of passive about that. If your hobby is staying in the house and jerking off to porn and drinking a lot of beer and having hangovers every single day, I do not like that. That's not a real hobby. Get a real hobby that's good and positive. Okay? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Don't tell her if you play League. Ugh. League. You should never tell anyone that you play League, true. Some women will and some women won't. If you want a woman that cares about your hobbies and look for someone that does. Yeah, I mean, being open to like try out hobbies with your partner or like be supportive at least, I think is good, but it's kind of hard to ask someone to support your binge drinking, alcoholism, drug addiction, porn addiction hobby. You know? Like, if they care about you, they won't support that because it's not good for you. Right? Does that make sense? I hope so. I collect Magic the Gathering and play on Fridays with my friends. I think that's perfectly fine. I think that's fun. Maintaining friendships with other guys is actually an underrated skill. Underrated skill and actually a positive in my book. I don't think like the method by which you are maintaining those friendships is necessarily like not important, but as long as you're doing that in some way, you have guy friends that you care about and you hang out with them, that's a good thing to have. Regardless of whether you're doing Magic the Gathering or like something else that's not considered quote unquote nerdy or whatever. I still think that's a good trait. Hi Deluxe, hello. So if I play League with my friends and it's okay? If you're not being toxic and like crashing out about losing and punching walls and stuff, then it's probably either fine or neutral. Is maintaining online friendships just as good, or should you have IRL friends? Definitely have IRL friends. Online friends are fine, but IRL friends is just better in every way because they know you more. They know you more. And you know them more. It's kind of like a vouch, I guess. Like a vouch for the quality of your character, that you care enough about somebody at least to keep them in your life enough to be close friends, right? Did that make sense? Okay, Fishy. Thank you. Thank you helping. Playing LOL in a 5-man pre-made is a completely different experience than with randoms. True. Okay, next question. My question for the Q&A is, I think I know what I want to look for in a relationship, but I feel like it's hard to find a person for me who matches what I look for in a woman with the confidence thing. What if I'm looking for a relationship where I like the girl being more confident than me? Do I still strive to be more confident then? Or do I find a way to signal that I like their confidence? Or in this case, is confidence just about believing in yourself and not about social bravery? That's a long question, which I will answer in the following way. If the woman is confident type... Okay, I'll start by telling you this. Every guy that I've ever had a crush on, I've asked them out. And they've always rejected me. But I've always been the type to be the one asking. Because again, I don't like not knowing. It feels like torture, not knowing. Having feelings for someone and not knowing if they like you back is literally insane torture. So I always ask. I always confess my feelings and ask if they like me back or if they want to go out or something. But I will say that I think that's a little bit rare. A little bit more rare than girls who prefer to be asked out instead of doing the asking. I don't think that increasing your confidence will affect that unless you're looking specifically for like a dommy mommy type who likes men who are kind of pathetic. If you want to be the kind of pathetic one and be like dommied by a woman who has like a lot of confidence and you think that's sexy, then I guess not increasing your confidence to insane levels can help with that. But I feel like women who are really confident won't let your confidence affect whether they're going to ask you or not. So I guess that's my answer. Where can I find this kind of woman? I don't know. I don't really know. Good luck. I have no idea. Doesn't your point actually support the argument that you should just ignore them and don't be nice? Huh? What do you mean? Huh? It's still good to show your interest. Even if you're trying to be like dommied, it's still good to be nice. How are you gonna attract someone by ignoring them? That doesn't really make sense to me, but again, maybe I have a different outlook. There's just not too many girls into that for choosing them as your ideal type. I guess that's just kind of unlucky if that's the type of girl that you like. You might just have to look a little harder. How do you just get out there and start talking to people? Baby steps, yes, but in a more in-depth way of learning? How to just get out there? Understand that your life will not last forever. Understand that you are a mortal being. And your time on this earth is limited. If you don't get out there now, and you keep waiting and waiting and waiting and putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, eventually, you're gonna be old. You're gonna be old. Everyone ages. You're more attractive generally when you're younger, generally. Though I do like a silver fox. So take that with a grain of salt. But yes, remember that you will die one day. And if you would like to experience romance and love before then, better get on it. Get on it. If you want to attract a girl of that type, you just have to work on other things. Demeanor and appearance can be improved in ways that make you look more vulnerable, for example. Look at those women at the bar. They'll approach you if you look vulnerable enough. Yeah, I Yeah, I guess. How do you know about that, Stomp? How do you know about that, huh? Okay, next question. How to tell if you're compatible? Shared interests. What if we don't share hobbies, but I'm willing to try her hobbies? Oh yeah, we answered that one already. Yes, that's good. Yes, that's good. Trying each other's hobbies is good. We like that. Is it worth it to get cologne instead of deodorant? And if yes, how strong should smell be, or just what you need to cover your own smell? No. Still get deodorant. You need to do both. You need to do both. Have deodorant. They do two different things. There's deodorant and there's antiperspirant. And then there's cologne. Deodorant masks the smell of your sweat. Kind of just goes on top. Antiperspirant acts to prevent you from sweating. That's why it's called antiperspirant. So you can pick between those two. If you want to, you can put like gold bond. Put gold bond around your sweaty parts. It helps absorb, keeps you drier. So that can help with the sweatiness also. And then as for cologne, you don't have to pick between deodorant or antiperspirant and cologne. You can do both. Just find a cologne that complements. Okay, bye Wavy. Thanks for stopping by. It's okay, Green Reaper. It's okay. You'll find someone. You'll find someone. If you keep being kind and considerate and just keep trying, I'm sure it'll happen. Yeah. Okay, next question. Yeah, but get both deodorant and cologne. Just make sure they both smell good. I like manly kind of smells. They're nice. Mods, write this question down. Should first date end with a kiss? No. I don't personally think so. Unless... No, even then. Even if I really liked them and I immediately was like, yes, they're my soulmate, I don't think I would kiss on the first date. Still. I would wait till at least second date for kissing. And not for the reason that you think. Not for the reason that you think. It's because... Don't you think there's something nice about that stage where you haven't been like doing anything? This is what... Okay. In my romantasy books, my favorite parts are always the teasing, like the leading up to them being in a relationship. Those are my favorite parts. I feel like if you skip to the kissing and the physical stuff too fast, you're sort of robbing yourself of that nice teasing phase. I would say a kiss on the cheek is good. I think a kiss on the cheek is good. Cologne or pheromone perfumes? Just stick to cologne. Just stick to cologne. Any girl who is into you will like your natural pheromones. You don't need to ruin that with pheromone perfumes. What if it's someone from childhood who you haven't spoken to in years? You mean about the first date kiss thing? Or what's... Wait, what's your question? Sorry. Brain is loading. This one is for me. Should I tell them I donate plasma so when they see the whole indent in my arm, they don't think I do heroin? Yeah, probably. Should probably clear that up. Probably. Just make sure you explain it. Like, don't just say, oh, haha, I have a hole in my arm. It's definitely not from heroin. It's actually because I donate plasma, by the way, haha. Like, make sure you explain why you donate plasma so that there's, like, a more plausible story for that. Yeah. Do you do heroin? Or donate plasma? I'm still not even sure with the way you worded the question. Hypothetical question. What if a guy struggles with connecting to people even though he's self-aware about it, and as he gets a bit up in age, late 20s, he realizes at some point he has to make a decision as a man to choose a girl to start a family with, even though feelings are missing on his side, but has not done it yet because of that reason? That's hard. Personally, that's a really difficult situation to be in, because if I was the girl in that situation and I thought that there was a man who was in love with me and loved me so much he wanted to start a family and all that stuff, and then I found out later that actually those feelings weren't ever there, I'd feel so betrayed. I'd feel so... that would, like, destroy me. And I feel like that would destroy anybody, really. I don't think you should ever settle just for the sake of, like, cause you want to have a family. Go freeze some sperm or something. Do men even have to do that? Your sperms are gonna work for a long time, probably. I mean, if you want them, if you want to freeze them, go freeze them. But don't, like, trap a woman into, like, being with you when you're not really in love with her just for the sake of, cause you want a family. That's, like, my biggest nightmare. Actually, that is terrifying, kind of. God, I rebuke these evils. Do not keep that away from me. Keep that kind of energy away from me. Plus, I think it's kind of hard to fake being in love, like genuinely in love. So I don't know how successful you'd be at hiding that anyway. Q&A question. What dating app is good and real? I have no idea. I have no idea. I think watching your Oshi's streams probably pretty effective. Just kidding. Just kidding. I don't know. I feel like dating apps are never really designed to be that effective because they want you to feel rejected and like you're not getting any matches so that you pay for their premium service. They're not really designed to actually help you find a partner. That's why it's good to go out and meet people outside in the real world instead of on apps, because the apps are just not capitalism. Capitalism. You gotta not yeah. I don't know. People say like Bumble or whatever or Tinder, but I don't think any of them are really meant to actually help you find someone. Totally feel that. I've used a dating app for months and have not had crap. Definitely going out and meeting someone will likely be the way I find someone. Yeah, you can do it. It's probably easier than you might think once you get the ball rolling. Okay. Alright. Question for Silvi. I found a cute girl at dinner, but she's having dinner with her parents. Good or bad time to approach? Do you want to meet her parents? Do you want to meet her parents immediately? I would say probably bad time to approach, because she's not... I don't think when you're out with your parents, you're really thinking like, oh, I definitely want to be hit on right now. Especially not in front. Oh my, like, what if her dad kills you? If someone tried to hit on me in front of my dad, he would kill that man. He would kill that man dead. I don't think that's a good time. Best to wait. Best to wait. Or like, if you really have to, like, write your phone number on a napkin and have the waitress give it to her. Write your phone number on a napkin with a little note saying, hey, my name is such and such. I thought you were really beautiful when I saw you at the restaurant, but I noticed that you were preoccupied. Here's my phone number. Please text me if you would like to explore or whatever. That's maybe the best way to do it. Shows the man has guts? No, I would say that's rude and kind of inconsiderate, but that's just my opinion. Yeah. Okay, another question. Okay. How would you go about talking to someone you say walk past at the mall or see on the sidewalk? Would you consider that a bad time to talk to a girl? What would be a more reasonable time to talk to someone if not? Depends on context. Like, if she looks busy or rushing, like I said earlier. If she seems preoccupied or grumpy, or like she's like on a mission to get somewhere. Not a good time to approach, I don't think, because you're just gonna irritate her because she's trying to be somewhere and now you're delaying her. But, if she's just like hanging out in the mall and chilling and doesn't seem to be particularly bothered, then you could try. But I've been approached at the mall, specifically the mall, a few times. I don't know why. There's this thing that some men have done to me where they see me sitting by myself and they want to approach me to ask me on a date, but they pretend like they're actually asking for directions. They go, oh, do you know which way it is to the such and such? And then I tell them the way. But then they don't just go off and go, oh, okay, thanks. Like, they don't just go, okay, thanks for the directions. They keep talking to me. And they ask all these questions and want to know. When you're talking to a girl in a like cold approach situation, don't ask her personal questions about, like, oh, where do you work? Whereabouts do you live? Do you have blah blah? Like, don't do that. Just keep it very surface level. Don't try right in that moment to like get to know every little detail about her, because that's just a little not the best strategy. But I would say you just have to be respectful about, yeah, be genuine in your interaction. Don't like make up some excuse to go talk to her. Just go talk to her if you want to talk to her, but don't try to mask it with like some other thing. Cause now you're just starting the conversation under false pretenses. I'd really much rather like be approached by a man who's honest and obvious about what he wants from me. Cause otherwise it makes me wary. It's like, oh, this guy's asked for directions, but now he keeps talking to me. Like, what does he want? What does he want? What is his intentions? I don't really know, because he's beating around the bush about it. So just be honest. Is what I would say. Okay. My question for the Q&A is, I think I know what I want to look for in a relationship. Oh, we already got that one. Okay, hold on. How do good standards look like for you, Silvi? Like what are my standards? Or do you mean what are good standards for men to have? If it's my standards, personally, you guys are gonna be like, what the fuck? How to explain? Okay. You're all gonna call me a gold digger, but I swear to God this has very little to do with money. It's all about mindset. My standards are, I want a man who is a natural provider. Like, that is how he operates, not just with me, but with anybody around him. Not only me. Like, I want him to care a lot about his family and his friends. I want him to be, like, helpful mindset. I'm the kind of person where I tend to take on a lot. Like, I take on a lot on my plate. And a lot of the time I take on too much. And then I can't handle it all. So I want a man who knows how to take things off my plate and just handle them without me having to, like, direct him, I suppose. And I would like a man who is generous with his affection. I don't want a guy who's like, I don't know, shower me with love. I want you to think I'm the most beautiful woman ever on earth. And it'd be nice if he could cook. Because I can't cook. I can't cook, so if he could cook, that would be really nice. Especially if he's good at cooking. And, if he has an adventurous kind of spirit, I want that because I tend to be a little bit shy. I have trouble with, like, going out of my comfort zone. So if I had somebody who could gently nudge me to try new things and new experiences, I think that would be really good. Okay, bye, Icarus. Thanks for calling. You too, have a good day. But yeah, that's my standards. As for good standards for men, just like know who you are, know what you want, and don't waste time with people who don't fit that description, I guess. Like, don't go like, there's this non-negotiable thing that I want in my girlfriend. This girl who I'm dating doesn't have that, but maybe it's fine. No. If it's non-negotiable, it's non-negotiable. So you should be upfront about that with them and just cut it off if you aren't getting what you want. I don't know if that answered your question, but anyway. Hopefully that's fine. Okay. Let's see. Can you explain emotionally intelligent? I was hoping someone would ask this. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Emotionally intelligent means a lot of things. It means all kinds of stuff. It's kind of can mean both for yourself and for understanding the emotions of others. I forgot this is also one of my things that I look for in a man is emotional intelligence. A very high level of emotional intelligence. You should be in touch with your own emotions and able to regulate your own emotions. And yes, anger is an emotion. Anger is an emotion. If you're quick to anger and you're quick to rage and be upset and punch walls and stuff, you're not emotionally regulated. You should be emotionally intelligent enough to understand your own emotions and understand when you're having negative emotions and know how to control them. Not suppress them, but control them so that you're not just splashing your anger all over everyone else around you. Right? Yeah, and despair too. It's okay to be sad, and it's okay to cry, and it's okay to be upset about things, but I feel like, you know, you still need to be respectful of people's boundaries, even if you have those emotions. And I think it's good to kind of share that with your partner too. Like if you're having negative emotions and you're recognizing that, understand when you need to take a step away. And then when you've calmed down, maybe tell them to your partner. So no, she hates me outbreaks? What do you mean? What do you mean? All I do is suppress? How do I improve? You have to be comfortable with sitting with your own emotions. Suppression comes from the fact that you're having a bad feeling in your chest or in your heart or in your mind that you don't like, so you just want to push it away and not feel that anymore. But next time you recognize that you're having a negative emotion, just face it. Just face it head on. Don't be scared. Negative emotions are normal. Face it head on, but don't let it take over you. Say, okay, I'm feeling sad. Say that out loud to yourself. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling angry. And then say why. Why you're having that feeling. So that now it's out there in the world and it's not just like sitting in your body. And then try to understand what the root cause of that emotion is. Like maybe something was brought up that reminded you of a bad memory that you have, or you know, I don't know, had a bad day at work and it made you feel like trash, like worthless, and you're not gonna amount to anything. Just recognize the situation that happened and say, okay, this happened, but tomorrow's gonna be a better day. And then you can be sad. You're allowed to still be sad and still be angry, but just don't let it ruin like multiple days in a row, you know? And it's okay to cry too, guys. I cry all the time. I like crying, actually. Sometimes I seek out stuff that makes me cry on purpose because it feels better to like have the emotions out of me rather than in me. So, yeah, hopefully that helps. Okay, let's see. Let me just see if there's a new question. The mods copied a couple of duplicates, so I'm reading through them. What if conversation is never easy for me? Did we answer that one already? I don't remember. Okay, hold on. I think so. Oh, it was James who asked about the plasma. Okay, I totally know you're not doing heroin. I wondered if it was you, but they didn't put your name the first time I read it. Blah. Okay, hold on. There's lots of duplicates. Should we have a pic with and without beard in your dating app profile? If you want? If you want? I don't know if that's that. I mean, it's well, I don't know. Are you self-conscious about one or the other? Whichever one you're more likely to have going on is probably fine. Thank you for not thinking I do heroin. You're welcome. Okay. What's the difference between productive and non-productive hobbies? Productive is just like stuff that makes you feel genuinely good and happy, and even more bonus points if it's like developing a skill of yours, even if the skill is just like conversation. Talking with your buddies is conversation practice, so that's a skill. And non-productive is you're not really developing any skills. It doesn't really make you that happy, and you might be using it for like escapism from something else in your life that you're avoiding, I think. Not to put things into the fire, but doesn't it feel like vulnerable equals ammo to use in bullying the partner? Granted, it shouldn't happen, but some do that. That's not very nice. I feel like if your partner is taking your vulnerable moments and your vulnerability and flipping it back around on you to say that you're like weak or something, just break up with them. 'Cause that is not how to approach someone opening themselves up to you. If you stay in that kind of situation where they're bullying you for being vulnerable, you're gonna get like serious trauma. So I would recommend breaking up at that point. Yeah. Your partner's reaction to you being vulnerable should be kindness, gentleness, and understanding. And if it's not that, that's a big problem. How would you recommend going about finding people into anime, games, etc.? Obviously places like conventions, but any other tips? Where I live is getting popular, but still kind of taboo. If there's any clubs you can join, that's a good one. I don't know. I haven't really answered that question for myself either. Anime and games are still kind of like, well, games not so much, but anime for sure is still like on the fringe of acceptableness. Really not sure. Oh, Entropy said look for local discords. Maybe there's a local discord. Arcades and board game cafes? Ooh, those are good suggestions. Those are good suggestions too. Yeah, what they said. What they said. Okay. When would be a good moment to tell your date about your Kami Oshi? If they're into anime and VTubers and stuff too, I would say you could probably bring it up on like the second or third date. The first date should be more about like learning who each other is, not so much about like your Kamioshi and all, but second, maybe third date is probably fine, because I feel like second and third date is for having fun and talking about fun things. First date, maybe you do a little bit more like trying to figure out if they're aligning with what you want. So you have slightly more in-depth, kind of deep conversations. But yeah, second or third. Second, third, fourth-ish. Depending. I have a question for you guys. I'm gonna flip the script here. If you were dating a girl and you told her about your Kamiyoshi, and you said that you like to support your Kamiyoshi financially, and your date said that you have to stop doing that, what would you do? Yeah, exactly, Funhouse. What would you do? Sorry, but this isn't going to work out. Have a good day. You would negotiate a budget, eh? Like, okay, how much will you allow me to spend on my Kamiyoshi every month? Interesting. Compromise. If they aren't willing to, then goodbye. Can't have a girlfriend and a Kamiyoshi? That's cheating. Yeah, I have some viewers who I know are in relationships, and they definitely don't come say hi to me as much. Not that I'm jealous or anything. I'm not. As long as you don't forget about Silv when you all get girlfriends. How long should we date before we know it's time to take the next step? I don't know. Either at... You mean like when you have sex? This is another fuck if I know answer. I thought you meant about kissing. I was like, you just inch your faces closer and then you kiss. I don't know about sex. Maybe but I don't know. I guess just like if it feels right. Probably. I would say don't rush into it. But if you want to, you should probably have a conversation with them about that you want to and see where they stand on it. And then if they say that they want to too, maybe try to like set the mood or something. I guess. I don't know. Good luck. Again, I don't know. What's the best way to start a conversation with a match on a dating app? I answered this a little before, but talk about stuff that they like and try to make it personal. Don't do any of those stupid pickup lines and stuff that all the how to get a match, how to date a girl on Tinder websites say. Just like be yourself and try to make it personal. If you ask them about stuff that they like or talk about things that you know they like, they're more likely to reply back. Yeah. Okay. Does anyone else have any other questions? Any other questions? By the way, I love the energy of the stream. Very positive and comfortable. Yay! I'm glad. I'm glad you guys like it. I've never done a stream like this before. I mean, I have done one presentation stream, but that was just about my Kamiyoshi. I did a presentation on my Kamiyoshi and why you should all love her as much as I do. But that was a long time ago. How do we find a VTuber girlfriend? I would not recommend that. I would not recommend that. At all. Do not attempt. Do not attempt. How's my day going so far? It's going good. It's going good. I can't believe it's Wednesday. It feels like the weekend for some reason. What's a perfect date for me? Ooh. This is my perfect date. Early evening dinner at a nice restaurant with good mood lighting, not too loud. Good conversation. We arrive separately so I can leave if it doesn't go well. I wear a really pretty dress and look super hot. And he tells me I look super hot. And we have really yummy food. Maybe pasta. Maybe Japanese food. And the conversation's good. And I think he looks handsome in his whatever he's wearing. Hopefully something nice. He's really respectful and makes sure that I get home well and safe, and doesn't make any weird sexual comments about anything. And the food's really good. Did I say that? The food's also really good. Now I'm hungry. Yeah, I don't really know. I'll keep this in mind when I bring my girl to McDonald's. No, not McDonald's. Any suggestions on picking up on hints? Observe. I feel like a lot of people don't pick up on hints because they're just not really watching. If you watch them and you study them... I'm an observer. When I get a crush on someone, I'm watching them like a hawk. I'm taking every excuse to, like, look over at them and see what they're doing. Maybe that's weird, but you gotta be subtle about it, obviously. But if you get to know, like, their body language and what their natural body language is, you'll be able to tell more easily when their body language is not, their default. Same for their moods. If you're watching them, then you'll know when they're feeling flustered, and you'll know when they're feeling, like, flirty and stuff, because you'll know their default base level so well that it'll be easier. If you don't know how they naturally are, then it's harder to determine. Should I clip this stream? Of course, if you want to. If there was a really parasocial airship captain, any advice how to deal with that? Well, she's already parasocial. Bro, Camille is like kind of slick with it. She's got the lines. I was kind of blushing a little watching her stream the other day. I was like, oh my god, how's she coming up with all these quirky, quippy, witty comebacks so fast? If I was like trying to date Camille, I would be blushing constantly. Isn't calling you hot the same as a weird sexual comment? No, because... Okay, I'll explain this in more depth. Calling someone hot in person and calling them hot over text are a little different. Calling someone hot in person, you get so much... You can add more juice to it because it's all about your facial expression. If you call a girl hot and you look genuinely like gobsmacked and you have like stars in your eyes and you're just like, whoa, like you look so hot right now, and you sound genuine, that's a compliment. If you do it over text and it's like your first time ever talking to her and you're just like, haha, you're so hot, that's just whatever. You know, it's all about the context and the feeling behind it. How do I know I am worthy of love when empirical evidence tells the opposite? Because you are you. Because you are you. That is the reason. That's the reason. Because you're you and because you are human. I think all people are worthy of love, except for the evil ones. Except for the really evil ones. Like the people who are destroying the world with greed and evil behavior that we are hearing about recently. But if you're just a normal person, no matter what your flaws are, no matter what your hang-ups and the things that are holding you back from finding love, you still deserve it. Everybody deserves to be loved. Feel like being truly loved is like healing for your soul. Good LP, thank you for the $50 tip. Thank you. Food fun, make sure to have something tasty. Okay, I'm gonna have pasta because I thought about pasta. Thank you, Kudopi. Smooches for you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Basically, the answer to am I worthy of love is always yes. How do I know? Because you just are. You just are. And if you can't believe it yourself, then believe the me who's telling you. Yeah. Okay, I'm scrolling. Scrolling. Do you watch National Geographic documentary? Do you watch? Do you watch them like an? Oh, you mean when I'm observing? Kind of. It's not like I'm like taking notes, but when I have a crush on someone, I want to look at them all the time. So I'm always finding a way to go like, out the corner of my eye and look at them. And then my brain just naturally kind of takes in information about what they're doing and how they're doing it. Check how their behavior changes between interacting with you and others. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Like super parasocial, she's been a bit unhinged this week because she's been let loose. Usually she has to be clamping down on it. Yeah. I love Camille. She's so cute. Okay. I have time for one more question and then we better wrap this up. Did you guys have a good time? But yeah, here's my conclusion. Girls are humans. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Always shoot your shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Focus on understanding, kindness, and caring. Girls love to be cared for, and so do you. So, if you put out what you want to receive, I feel like you'll have better chances of receiving what you want, because you're giving it. Yeah, would you date you? If not, work on yourself. I would totally date me. I'm a catch. If you can't say that about yourself, work on it, okay? Know yourself and know what you can offer. Even if you can't offer, like, you know, the traditional things that people think women always want, like money and houses and jewelry and blah blah blah, big wedding ring, blah blah. Even if you can't offer that, you'll have way better chances if you can offer safety, security, stability, consistency, loyalty, kindness, emotional intelligence, and all those good things. You have more riz than you think. Personality is much more important than looks. So Even if you're a work in progress looks-wise, still give it a shot. Give it a shot. You'll probably surprise yourself and be much more successful than you might have suspected. Yeah, there's someone out there for you. What is there to lose? Try it, try it, try it. Try dating today. Yay! I'm done. I'm done. How was it? Did I do okay? I was so nervous. Chat, I was so nervous. I was nervous. I've never had a tweet that like a thumbnail of my stream going live thing blow up like that on Twitter before. Even though I seem like maybe, well, I don't know. Do I seem confident? I can't really tell. I tried to think everything through clearly and thoughtfully and give good advice and answers. I hope it helped you guys. I hope it helped you guys. If any of you get a girlfriend using this advice, please come tell me. I would love to hear your success stories. Or even if it's like, oh, I tried it out and it didn't work, but I'm feeling a little more confident than I was before. I still want to know about that too. So please come back and let me know if you tried it out. Oh, I should mention too, Tomorrow is karaoke stream. I'm gonna be singing. I did a lot of yapping today, so hopefully my throat will hold up. But tomorrow is karaoke. I'm gonna be singing love songs in another new outfit. I've been doing new outfits for all of February. Up until Valentine's, I'll be doing them. So if you want to listen to me singing, please do come tomorrow, starting at the same time as today's stream was. I'll post the waiting room and everything soon. And then on Friday we're playing Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke again. Gonna beat up some more gyms. Ha! Ha! Take that, gyms! I'm gonna get them. And then on Saturday, chat! Please, if you learned anything from this and you want to give it a shot, I have a little submission form open. I'm doing a love letter event. If you want to attempt to riz me or just make me laugh, which you should know by now that I actually like funny better. If you want to try to make me laugh, there's a little submission form. You can submit a letter of some kind. And whoever makes me laugh the most will win a 6-month sub or a scab of equivalent value. And no, it doesn't have to be a sub to my channel. If you want a 6-month sub to another person's channel, you can have that too. Yeah. What's the submission deadline? Tomorrow! Tomorrow! Or maybe Friday, if you're really careful. I'll probably just leave it open and try to grab as many as I can before the stream, but I have to the mods are looking through it for me, so I won't see your name unless you win. It'll be anonymous. You just have to put your name for in case you do win, so that I know who to give the prize to, but otherwise it's completely anonymous. So yeah, please submit if you have any ideas or thoughts. I would love to hear. And yeah, I hope you all have a lovely rest of your evening. I hope you have a good Valentine's Day. If you're going on a date or you're thinking about asking a girl out and now you feel more confident, good luck. I hope I helped you. And yeah, all done. Okay, let's find someone to raid. Let's find someone to raid. I wonder if any of the florAtelier girls are on. I cannot believe how insane that French tweet went. Oh my god. My god. Oh, Entropy, thank you for the super. The hot dog. Thank you for the hot dog. Now I want a hot dog. Thank you. Oh, and thank you, okay, for the super as well. Thank you for the advices. I'll try someday. You can do it. You can do it. Have confidence. You're welcome, Jonapedia. You're welcome, you're welcome. You're welcome, Egg Sandwich. Yeah, hopefully you guys learned a lot. I expect to see your notes. I want an essay on my desk by Monday morning, grr, about what you learned. Not actually, of course I couldn't do that. Couldn't do that to you. I hate writing essays. Well, okay, it's kind of a lie. I sort of like writing essays. But hopefully if you guys like the stream, you'll come back for my other content too. I don't know, if there's other topics you want to know about this kind of thing, let me know. Maybe I can come up with another presentation of some kind. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Mabel is still on. Okay. Let's raid Mabel. She is the Bluebell member of florAtelier, the indie VTuber idol group that I'm a part of. Uh-oh. Your kiss has lagged my tracking. Okay, there we go. Let's raid Mabel. She's super cute. She's a candy witch. I hope she's not raiding me right now. Okay, let's go say hi to her. Ikuza, thank you all for watching. This has been Silvi. You are clinging and singing. Tsundere Owl. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. If you want to join the Discord and stuff. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you next time. Okay, bye bye. Ending. Matane.